talking. With a full bar and patio, Biggie's is the perfect spot for lunch, dinner, and a little laughter. Biggie's original hours are back. Open 11 a.m. till midnight, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And 11 a.m. till 1 a.m. on Friday and Saturday. Check out the full menu at biggiesrestaurant.com and stop in today.
There's nothing more important than the look and feel of your home. So now's the time to make your home your retreat. Replace your tired old windows and doors with Marvin replacement products designed to improve comfort and efficiency. Fisher Window and Door Store, a reputable local company, will guide you through the entire replacement process. Their experts will help you make the right choice for your home, and they'll measure, design, and install your new windows and doors.
Hi, I'm Jim Fisher. Since 1941, the Fisher family has provided you with quality American-made building products, including Marvin Windows and Doors. Come visit one of our showrooms in Brentwood or East Alton, and let us help you increase the value of your home.
Bring that distinct sense of quality to every room with Marvin. Visit Fisher Window and Doors' huge newly remodeled showroom in Brentwood or Fisher Lumber in East Alton, Illinois. Quality and comfort starts at Fisher Window and Door. Online at fisherwindow.com.
John, it's time.
For what?
The kitchen. It was fine when we moved in, but that was when we were poor. Now it's falling apart.
Poor? Just because I didn't support your Zen garden idea doesn't mean we're poor.
These quick fixes the previous owners did just to sell this place is not cutting it anymore.
Okay, let's go.
Where?
To Kerner and Thompson. If we're going to do it, it should be done the right way. And honestly, they've got everything we'll need, and I don't want to go to 6 or 7 different stores. What do you say? Babe?
John, they close at 5. You're wasting daylight.
This couple knows what they're doing. Kerner and Thompson is first class, top-of-the-line products with high-quality work. If something goes wrong, my guy Matthew will go back and help out. Kerner and Thompson remodels kitchens, bathrooms, man caves, office space, bars, wine rooms, even fireplace walls. Their 10,000-square-foot showroom with more than 20 kitchen displays is on Manchester Road in Baldwin, right next to Uncle Bill's Pancake House. Let Kerner and Thompson bring your dream remodel to reality online at KernerandThompson.com.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan. I regret not managing my finances better in my 20s and my 30s, and now I see how crucial it is for achieving major life goals. Mark Hanna with Evergreen Wealth Strategies helps everyday people every day with their finances, discussing cash flow, liquidity, investments, insurance, and tax-efficient strategies. No matter your financial planning stage, Mark will boost your confidence and keep you on track. Learn more at evergreenstl.com.
Equitable Advisors, LLC, member FINRA, a broker-dealer and a SEC-registered investment advisor. Equitable Financial Advisors and MI. Evergreen Wealth Strategies is not a registered investment advisor and does not provide tax advice.
This is Eric Conley, the founder of Illinois Recovery Center. At Illinois Recovery Center, our substance abuse treatment goes beyond mere recovery. It's about reclaiming lives filled with purpose, joy, and connection. Our dedicated facility is more than just a place of healing. It's a beacon of hope for individuals seeking to reintegrate into society and thrive in their work, family, and community roles. Our team is ready to help. If you or someone you know wants more information about the Illinois Recovery Center, please visit IllinoisRecoveryCenter.com.
When we think of a real estate agent, we think of somebody simply selling our home or finding us a new one. I mean, they're all the same, right?
Okay, here's the comps. We'll take some pics, we'll post them, and I'll get back to you, okay?
A home is life-changing, and your real estate agent should reflect that. Honesty, integrity, and someone who will go above and beyond to make your dreams come true.
The Jeff Lotman Group with Compass Realty. We're different because you're different. We want what you want. Experience the difference today at jefflotman.com, bringing people and properties together.
Hustle and Heart Sports Performance is the one-stop shop for St. Louis area football-specific and athletic training located in O'Fallon, Missouri. Hustle and Heart utilizes the top trainers in St. Louis, led by its owner, 8-year NFL vet Pierre Desir. We have a 40-yard turf field, college-style weight room, red light sauna, and a state-of-the-art recovery room to service all of your athletes' needs. For more info, check out hustleandheartsportsperformance.com or call Dustin at 314-440-8457.
The world's largest sports book in Las Vegas is now right at your fingertips here in Illinois. Hi, I'm Derek Stevens. I'm a lifelong sports bettor, and I'm the owner of Circa Sports. We're excited about launching our Circa Sports app in Illinois. It's sports betting the way it should be, with high betting limits, tight money line splits, exceptional customer service, and more. Download your new bookie today at circasports.com. Start betting like a pro from anywhere in Illinois.
Get the best at 100 West. 100 West Dental. No insurance? No problem. 100 West Dental has a plan when you don't. For ease and affordability. Feeling nervous? Not anymore. 100 West Dental provides complete comfort during quality care. Over 350 5-star reviews agree. When you want to get your smile into winning shape, get the best at 100 West. 100 West Dental. Consult virtually with Dr. Pryor or book online at 100westdental.com.
Here's Action Jackson with 3 more ways to get TMA content.
Check out listener rewards on the new TMA mobile app. Watch the show live on the TMA studio cams. Find it at tmastl.com. Get the podcast on the TMA app. Download it now.
Thanks, Jackson. It's the Brown and Crouppen Morning After on 105.7 FM HD2.
Want to take on some legends of TMA?
Sound the same to someone who gives a damn about the best fans in baseball! Tired of it!
The show's so great. Will there be a little speaker system out behind the dumpster, so in case you're servicing me, I'll be able to hear my name?
Then nominate yourself to be this month's TMA Listener of the Month. And if you win, you'll get recognition and other stuff. Sometimes all you have to do to win the prize is be a female.
All it takes is one fake girl to just throw this show completely off course.
Give us your name, a photo, and other pertinent information at tmastl.com. The TMA Listener of the Month Club, quenched by Milagro Tequila. Welcome to a brighter side of tequila with Milagro. Find out more at tmastl.com. KPN-TFM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA all day. Rise and shine, St. Louis. It's the Brown and Crouppen Morning After on KPN-TFM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. At the Morning After STL on YouTube and on TMASTL.com with Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, Iggy Strode, and Action Jackson.
7:07 in St. Louis. You're listening to TMA. It's presented to you by Brown and Crouppen. Welcome to the Munganess, St. Louis Acura, Munganess, Burkhardt, Alton, Toyota. 7 o'clock hour. Call in Kerner and Thompson phone line 636-9004 TMA. Text in the Schaefer Door Company text inbox 314-881 TMA5 and email in for our design, air, heating, and cooling email of the day. Jackson, why don't you let the people know what's coming up today? Doug, this is the one you wanted. This is the one you got. Yeah. We're on the threshold of a 3-day weekend, all of us heading down to the lake, and we're still focused on the task at hand as the Cardinals get ready to make their run and Missouri gets ready to make theirs.
Oh, my God. We're going to bring the heat.
Yep.
And we're going to talk about the Local 9. Yep. And we're going to hold the front office accountable.
Oh, okay.
And then after that, we're going to talk about the racers. We're going to break down their secondary.
Oh.
And
you got Gabe on today?
The Blues.
Doug, Gabe.
Is Gabe on today?
Gabe was on Monday.
I was talking on Balloon Party.
He has a Friday appearance.
Oh, Friday.
But because he's traveling from 10 to 11 on Friday.
He's going to the lake, too?
No, he's going to Chicago.
Ugh. Well, there's a lake there.
Yeah, I guess. But is it as nice?
No.
Thank you. He's going to join us on TMA, and then we'll play it on Balloon Party because it's a sponsored segment. Think about that, Doug.
Have you guys ever swam in Lake Michigan?
I have not. What about yourself? I would imagine it's cold.
Have, yeah.
Is it cold?
Yeah, it was a little chilly. I did it off the beaches of Indiana. There's a really nice beach in Indiana.
I swam in Lake Michigan.
Did you?
Mm-hmm. In Michigan, which felt a little more grounded.
Authentic.
Morning, boys. Have a great day and an even better weekend. Take care of yourselves so you can take care of others. Be safe, everyone. I want to see you all back here at Mun's Bet at 7:07. That's from Jake Reynolds.
We need that.
What an inspiring... It kind of got you fired up.
It's become a nice addition to the show because we need it.
And he's the Milagro Tequila Listener of the Month, July 2024. Now, we will not be here on Monday. Well, you wanted to come in and just get some exposure.
I'd like to tape something.
It's a company holiday, national holiday, and so we won't be on. But, Doug, you want exposure, and so you are coming in on Monday, and you're just going to do this by yourself.
I don't expect you guys to work on the holiday, so I propose we all come in on Sunday and record a 3-hour show.
It's not a bad idea.
If you wouldn't have said anything, I'd have been in on Monday, because I didn't know it was Labor Day. I thought it was like end of September.
Would you like to come in and do a 3-hour presentation on your own?
If they wanted me to, I would.
What would you talk about for 3 hours?
I'd do prep.
So what would you talk about?
It depends what happens over the weekend.
Okay.
Maybe Caitlin Clark had a big game.
Okay, a weekend wrap-up. I believe that's already taken. Balloon Party does that.
Yeah, that's right. The Little Piddles weekend wrap-up. You can't have a good weekend text on Wednesday. That's from Sweet Sweet Kai. He's not happy, but he is in Cape Cod. Is he coming back is he going to the lake?
Probably not. He'll be back, though, in 2 weeks.
Oh, wow. So he's moving back, or is that just
for my buddy's wedding.
You got a new lid today, bro?
Yeah, I got my hairs. I got shorn.
Then you're combing it straight back.
Yeah, I noticed. I didn't even notice that.
Like Mike Keenan.
So
Mike Keenan. That's a reference that certainly went over the head of Horton Watkins' class of 2000.
What about Hair Davis Payne?
Hair Davis Payne.
Using any mess up in there?
Not today. So yesterday I got shorn. I won't say where. And I felt the way I usually part my hair is towards the
north.
Yeah, towards the north, or specifically towards the east.
Yeah.
And I felt like she got a little aggressive with that.
Oh boy, what do you mean, like on the top?
So like that, the side of my head where I part it, it would be a very aggressive part, and there was like a lot of skull, and there the rounding. It looked really weird, and so so as soon as like I left the hair salon, I put my cap on real quick.
Oh, did you?
Because I was like, I can't even look at it. So I didn't really look at it till this morning, and then I just brushed it back.
Do you feel like you're getting good results from the laser cap that you're wearing?
Yeah, definitely. Like when they show you, like when they give you the mirror.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that process.
It used to be like I would close my eyes and be like, yeah, great, looks great. And I would never really look at it. But now I can look at it and not be like.
That's great there.
Really, it really does help.
Yeah, that has certainly helped. However,
because there's a lot of people that wouldn't want to go through with the transplant just because it takes a while. It's obviously more expensive.
Yeah,
but if this thing works for people who are thinning, that's a real nice thing to know.
That in combination with finasteride.
Yeah, 100%.
Pharmaceutical.
Can a hairdresser give you a colic, or are you born with a colic?
You're born with it, and you're and I'm at the mercy of mine. So, so I kind of have to comb it straight back right now.
I suppose they could put a little twirl in your hair. That would be temporary.
I guess I could get a perm.
You go see O'Reen.
Cut and color.
She'll take care of him.
Mm-hmm. How old is O'Reen getting to be?
Oh, she's probably mid-60s, not later, maybe.
Oh, okay. So
late
still
60s.
spry.
Oh, yeah, she's fine. She had some back problems for a while, but she's fine.
All right. Well, we should discuss O'Reen's back problems.
Absolutely.
I suppose if you stood all day and have for your entire adult life, that would wear on you.
Yeah, I think most hairdressers.
How do you feel about your feet?
Well, I just had some work done on my arthritis last.
God, right there. I was in studio for that, and I felt a surge that created a soft cow.
Inflammation around the joints is hot.
Clip it. Quote, I don't want to say the location, but when I left the saloon, that's Gabe from the Cube Farm.
Yeah. The saloon, the hairstylist, the barber shop.
I'm going to plow Jake in the ass. Take that BS to Joy 99.1. That's from Caller Buzz. And I hate to see Milagro Tequila listeners of the month at war with each other, but it sounds like Caller Buzz is at war with Jake.
He wants to get rid of the positivity.
Correct.
There's no need for that. We're all grumpy.
Well, that just sounded like a cut and paste from maybe last Friday.
Well, whatever it takes to
That's
perk
all right.
us
He's
up.
a very nice gentleman.
Right.
Let's see. I guess they're talking about the attendance last night. I texted my source. I think I got this on Balloon Party yesterday, boys, so you did not hear this. But my source, I almost just gave the name, which would have been wonderful, gave me the actual number of people in the building for the first game against the Padres, Doug. They announced 28.5, is that right? 28.5, I think, is what they announced.
Seems about right.
The actual number in the building, and I didn't even know that this was available, but it is, was 13,000. I sent a lot of texts early in the morning. I'm scrolling now. 13,829.
And the place holds 43,000, is it?
We don't do group crowdsourcing for information that's readily available if you were to take the time.
But I didn't. It just came up.
I think it's over 43. I think it's in the 44 to 45 range.
Okay. So less than a third full.
Yeah.
I would imagine last night was less than 13,829. Doug, the Cardinals fell short last night. Had a lead. Hey.
Mm-hmm. At this point, I'm being offered free tickets to almost every game by somebody I know. Last night I had to say, no, I've got to rotate the tires on my car. I just have to.
Well, there's a friend on Facebook that posted a picture of her and her son We were up in section 300, and a nice usher said, "Come with me. I'm going to take you downstairs and put us in the second row behind the dugout." I thought there's enough available.
Yeah. Well, I wonder if they'll get to the point where they'll say, "Everyone, come on down, sit close."
Higher seat fillers.
It's actually not fair to the people who paid full price to those tickets down low to have somebody who paid the lowest ticket price to be sitting right next to them. That's not fair.
Jake Reynolds has sent an email, Doug, and he is the Milagro Tequila Listener of the Month, who was told that he was going to be sodomized by another Milagro Tequila Listener of the Month.
At least he was warned.
And the title of the email that he sent to me, in response to Sweet Sweet Kai. Tim, the message you read at the beginning of the show was from YouTube last Friday. Not sure how that popped up today. So in response to Kai, I did not actually send that today. My apologies. Thank you for the kind words, as always. I greatly appreciate it.
Okay.
That's from Milagro Tequila, Listener of the Month, July 2024. I thought that was caller Buzz who said he was going to sodomize him.
That's who it was,
Sweet
yeah.
Sweet Kai's going to sodomize him? Sweet Sweet Kai is more of a bottom, right?
No.
He's out of the sodomy business.
Kai was
Right.
talking-
He gets gaped by the recovering alcoholic. It's so tough to remember who's in relationships.
Kai was talking about the have a good weekend text on the Wednesday.
Got it.
No.
Buzz.
Life's not fair, Doug. Suck it up. It's from Gary Pinkel's cell phone etiquette.
What's not fair?
I don't know. I just read
Oh,
it to the
about
prompter.
moving down with your
yeah.
bad tickets?
How about that SI article? Doug, what does that mean?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Suck it, Doug.
Hey, come on, Edmund.
Yep.
No, I don't know. I don't think I've read that SI article he's talking about.
I read Derek Gould's chat where they talked about Mo.
What it was said there.
I've copy and pasted some quotes, some direct
Wow,
quotes.
look at Doug, a little bit of show prep.
Nice going.
So someone asked, is there a set plan for the front office transition next year, or does ownership feel they need to pressure Mo to expedite the departure earlier? Derek Gould responded, Mozeliak says he intends to have one meaning a meeting coming out of this season and going into the winter. He brought this up several times. There doesn't seem to be any pressure from ownership to determine that in August, and it's not the time when he said it would be in place. He definitely wants it to be as clear as they start making decisions for 2025. And someone also asked, chances Mo comes back next year. Are the DeWitts anywhere close to selling the team? If they do not, they realize the changes need to be made.
Okay, read this with some emphasis, not like you're going through bullet points, because I'm anxious to hear what Derek's answer is to this question.
All indications are that Mozeliak will finish out his contract and that ownership will welcome him finishing out his contract, and that Mozeliak has, let me type this again, said he wants to create a clear plan where other voices grow in influence and volume over the coming offseason and season. No, the DeWitts are not close to selling, and I guess we're just going to have to repeat this over and over for the next few months too. Yes, they have access to the same standings you do. From Derek Gould's chat yesterday at STL Today.
The one thing, on the intent to sell, that would be only the DeWitts truly can know that, unless there's a buyer. And if there's a buyer, I assure you there's an NDA. And if you have $2.5 billion, you're not like, ooh, I got to go tweet this or put it on Facebook to let people know, or talk to some guy making barely above poverty level to report it. It's just not the way these kinds of things get done. So with that established, the one thing that I just for the life of me can't understand, if this is true, is that you allow John Mozeliak to determine his own fate, and that he not only determines his own fate, but then gets to create the succession plan. I just don't understand that.
It feels almost like Mozeliak is one of the DeWitts.
Yeah, he's on the board.
Yeah, like he's
a shareholder.
He's a partner. He's been there for so long, and I'm sure they've gotten along very well. They must have, for him to still be there that long. That he's just kind of part of the ownership group as much as anything else, without actually having any money into it.
Why are we still talking about the Cardinals? So, Mr. Siders, Doug, you wanted to talk a little bit about the Steelers quarterback situation. I was going to wait till 8:15, but let's go ahead. Russell Wilson, Justin Fields,
yeah.
Tough spot here for Mike Tomlin.
I think we're just going to see how it plays out, and whoever performs the best and looks like they're best able to lead the Steelers on to victory, I think they'll see the lion's share of the snaps.
One thing I will say about Derek, that last answer.
Doug's answer on the Fields-Wilson thing?
No.
Wow, he kind of
Derek
pissed all over
Wilson.
that.
I was ready to dive into the Steelers.
Oh, could you? Okay.
JF1.
I just did.
I'm watching the Bears Hard Knocks. I'm following them. But it's a Q&A. You don't have to get banty and say, I guess I'm going to have to keep typing it. Just don't answer the question. You can answer the ones you want. They come to you.
A little condescending.
Quit picking those ones where I guess I'm going to have to keep typing it. Just don't read it. Don't belliger the guy.
Belliger?
That probably didn't work.
That's a new word.
How about bludgeon?
The context allowed me to follow what you're trying to say. The word, I kind of went through my mental Rolodex and thought, I don't know if I've ever heard that.
I use words sometimes that really make no sense.
And Mizalek apparently has said that he wants other voices to step up and have an opinion. Well, that's all up to him, isn't it? Whether he allows those other opinions. Who's going to step up and say, all right, Mo, I know you outrank me, but here's what we're going to do from here on out. How's that going to work?
Who was the one who wanted Sean Armstrong so badly?
That deal's worked out. Don't badmouth it.
You love trading a prospect with high ups or a player with high upside for a guy and getting 11 appearances out of him.
Now, because this was only 4 weeks ago, and I want to make this crystal clear, I am well aware that I have probably been wrong about more than I've been right about. However, I was catching a lot of hell on Balloon Party the morning after they acquired Fetty and Pham, which I still am all for, but saying I don't get the Dylan Carlson thing. I have no, like, if you're getting a reliever that has value, I get it, but this was essentially just a guy, and then there's no need. Send him down to the minor leagues. Clearly have no problem psychologically destroying one of your other prospects, so send him down to the minor leagues. You have control. That's so valuable. That is an asset. It's not just a player's statistics that's an asset. Control is an asset. Might be more valuable at times, as a matter of fact. And if they're getting somebody who can materially impact the ball club, whether it be this year or in the near future, then fine. But Sean Armstrong was not that guy. So why that was done is beyond me. And I said that the morning after that trade, and I caught hell on 101 for it. And not that that's my barometer as to whether I'm right. As a matter of fact, it actually goes, I think I might be right if they don't like it. But now that he's been DFA'd, that doesn't make it a bad move because you don't know what's going to happen over the course of the 4 weeks. You do know Dylan Carlson is still under your control. And just to get rid of him for a guy, they've done this before, and for the life of me, I don't understand it. And yes, I know he's fallen off over the last 6 games. It's wonderful. But that's not the result that I'm talking about. I'm talking about you have a player under control, and just to send him off when you have the ability to send him to Memphis is beyond me. And it'd be one thing if you're going, well, left field's taken care of, center field's taken care of, and right field's taken care of, so there's just no room. That's not the case. They don't have any of that taken care of. So my question is, what the hell are they doing? And that was my question the morning after it, not just ooh, they DFA'd Sean Armstrong, now I can get my take off.
Yeah. I even wrote in my notes here for Balloon Party that egg on my face because I was on board with it when it happened.
Oh, you were? Because you followed Sean Armstrong's career a lot and knew that he had enormous upside?
No. I was just well, Carlson's not useful at the major league level right now, so get rid of him. But in all honesty, when you bring in a guy, whether he was effective or not, and even in his 11 appearances, he wasn't all that bad. Mm-hmm. But you're trading a guy who's been all over baseball, hasn't been all that effective while he has been in baseball for a guy with high upside, struggling mightily, but high upside.
I mean, if you do want to really isolate on Sean Armstrong's career, which I think is the first time that's ever been said, he had a nice year last year. This year he wasn't great. But either way, again, if you're building out a deal, I mean, this stuff is, I don't know.
You wonder if
I think too analytically and then try to talk about it on a podcast, and it just bores the hell out of people. But the stuff is really, sometimes it's pretty black and white, and they just continue to make moves. And it's not about the result because you don't have the cards turned over when you make decisions. But that's my issue. They make decisions that are so clearly poorly done from an analysis standpoint that I don't understand how they're allowed to continue to do it. And then Derek Gould, who absolutely has credibility, Derek Gould, John Mozeliak has said he is going to, create the set of circumstances that people have more influence in the room.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't understand that. I mean, I work for Hubbard, and if I said, "Hey guys, I'll take care of 101. And then go, yeah, that's great. You got your 1 hour, nitwit. We'll handle it. We know the expenses. We know what, we got to worry about revenue. We got to worry about expenses. Stay in your lane. We run this place. It's the proverbial inmates running the asylum. And it'd be one thing if there was credibility based on recent performance, but if anything, it's the antithesis of that. So what in the hell is... Personally, I'm not saying that Derek's reporting something inaccurate. I just cannot believe that that's the case. Now, I wasn't aware of this. Kind of speaks to the prominence of local news in our 2024. Frank Cusimano did a sit-down with Bill DeWitt III, an extensive one. And I watched it this morning, but I think he did it 3 or 4 days ago. Were you guys aware of this?
No, I didn't see it.
Yeah, that's the industry. But so I watched that this morning, and I will say this: it surely didn't sound like there's a lot of urgency for Bill DeWitt III. One thing that stands out to me is we don't need to tear it down because we have a lot of good young players. And I'm just like, man, you have couple, I guess, but holy crap.
I think they're judging players on who they think they can be rather than who they really are at this point. Don't forget they also gave away Tyler O'Neill. For him, they got Nick Robertson and Victor Santos. How's that deal working out? You wonder if the Cardinal front office phones don't just ring off the hook all day from teams. Hey, I wonder if they'll go for this one. When was the last time they made a trade where you really thought, and I haven't thought this out, so maybe there's an obvious answer. I guess it's the Arenado and Goldschmidt trades where you say, wow. I mean, those were blatant steals of superstar players at the time.
Montgomery.
Yeah.
I really liked that, not only because I was way higher on Jordan Montgomery than I think the average fan was. And I'm not saying I was right because the guy's been relegated to the bullpen, but I liked the move in July 2022 because I didn't know that in July 2024, August 2024, he'd be relegated to the bullpen. But I also liked moving on from Harrison Bader. And the reason being, I just personally did not see that was going to come to fruition. And unlike Carlson, he was going to be in the starting lineup way more than not, and I felt like that was more of a liability. So you're adding an asset and you're getting away from something that I think was a declining asset or I think that had a low ceiling. The one that I loved was John Lackey, Alan Craig, and Joe Kelly, and the reason on that was not John Lackey, but because you have to unload liabilities from your balance sheet. And Alan Craig had become a clear liability. So for somebody else to take that on was a huge win. John Lackey wound up being very important in 2014 and 2015. Matter of fact, he started 2 of the Cardinals' 4 games, I think, against the Cubs. I could be off on that, but I think he did in that playoff series. Joe Kelly wound up being the premier player in that deal.
He's still pitching.
I know. And he was kind of, of the 3 players, certainly the least discussed the morning that we discussed that trade. So, the one thing I'll say about the Fetty Pham Edman deal is the 99+% approval rating for it makes me go, God. It's kind of like when everybody's on the Chiefs -6.5 on the road against some butt-ass. You go, that seems like that might be too good to be true. In other words, Edman winds up killing it and go, oh my God, remember that? Eric Fetty and Tommy Pham. But in the moment, similar to the morning after the Dexter Fowler acquisition signing, it had ridiculously high approval rating. And in that one, I didn't like the Fowler one, but I liked the Fetty and Pham one.
Well, they were desperate for Fetty. They were desperate for a starter. I'm not sure they were desperate for Pham. They thought at the time they were still in the race and they needed that right-handed bat in the outfield. But at this point, you might as well have just given those at-bats to Jordan Walker.
Yeah.
I'm not sure you really need Pham.
Well, yeah, at this point, things unfortunately have, it hasn't even been a month, and it's just
they love Edman
spiraling.
In L.A. already. You see that play at Shorty?
Yeah, holy crap.
It's gonna haunt us. You just know it is.
It'd be kind of fun to go through in maybe the last 5, 6, 7 years. The players the Cardinals have traded who would be starters on this team right now.
We did an exercise like that in Balloon Party, and it was pretty damning.
Well, you can create a roster of the former players versus a roster of the current players, and it's alarming.
Yeah.
It's alarming. For the record, they are now 7 back of the wild card leading Braves, who, 1, Cardinals 7 back. Fortunately, the Pirates and the Reds have decided to pass on quarter.
No, they're giving no quarter and asking none.
The Cardinals remain 2 games up on the Reds and 3 games up on the Pirates. I said if they're going to have any hope of sticking around for a wild card conversation, they need to go 7-3 over the combination of the Pirates, Yankees, and Brewers. And Doug, that means they will be going 7-1 over the next 8 games.
Well, don't put this past this ball club.
Nice.
If we can just get hot, we can finish in about 8th place in the wild card race. Well, they have 6 teams ahead of them, right?
Cubs, Giants, Mets. Then you get to the Braves. Then you get to the Padres and Diamondbacks, who are essentially tied. Different records, but essentially tied. Diamondbacks have a better winning percentage. So there you go. As far as the National League Central goes, I know you think that that's still live.
Mm-hmm.
They're 10.5 back of the Brewers. Cubs are mounting a subtle Sunday charge. At least they're over 500. That would have been a nice wager going into the year. Over under 1.5 teams above 500 in the National League Central. It would have put the man to the test.
No. Pirates would have scared you for a second there.
I know.
If you took the under.
Lit some money on fire there.
Well, at least the fan base here in St. Louis is jazzed about this ball club.
I agree with you.
It's packed.
It's so sad. So very sad.
It's so like it's one thing to see it on TV, but someone did like a 360 shot of like the 6th inning last night, just panning around the stadium, and it looks like a minor league game.
Yeah, I know.
Or like one of those high school games they play at Busch. Like nobody was there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's no such thing as best fans in any sport. You're the best fans when your team's winning. The Cardinals are no different. When your team is not winning, they're not going to come.
Well, that's true.
The way is horrible. The B-Fibs love it.
Mm-hmm. But the Cardinals don't even have to win the division or any kind of championship. If they're just competitive, people come. If they're just in the race, people still usually
Well, yeah, if you're competitive, you're winning. You're not. But there it is. They're not even fun to watch.
Really?
Yeah. Okay.
You should know that.
Good morning. It's the Munganess, St. Louis Acura, Munganess, Burkhardt, Alton Toyota, 7 o'clock hour. StLouisAcura.com and AltonToyota.com is where you can go shopping right now for a new or pre-owned vehicle. The great Jamie Burkhardt, the great Peter Munganess taking wonderful care of you. I was texting with Jamie and Ryan Seiberg in the service department yesterday. It's Jamie Burkhardt, Peter Munganess, Ryan Seiberg, names our audience knows and names we have gotten to know and names we think the world of. Work with Munganess, St. Louis Acura, and Munganess, Burkhardt, Alton Toyota, and you will be a very happy customer. Online at stlouisacura.com, online at altontoyota.com, and a secret number going straight to them to text or call, and that number is 314-252-0029. It's Munganess, St. Louis Acura, Munganess, Burkhardt, Alton Toyota, official automotive provider of TMA and the Tim McKernan Show podcast, and presenting sponsor of Balloon Party. Doug, we've got a title sponsor, and that title sponsor is Brown and Crouppen.
Brown and Crouppen, and they would like to be on your side if you were the victim of a personal injury case. It wasn't your fault. If you have a potential case, Brown and Crouppen is the local law firm here to serve you. Terry Crouppen, Andy Crouppen, Ed Herman, one of them in here each and every Tuesday to talk it over with us. We've gotten to know them very well, and hopefully you have too, and understand that they would be great guys to have in your corner if you should need them. If you think Brown and Crouppen is necessary for you, here's what you do. You call them at 314-222-2222, or you go to brownandcrouppen.com. Make sure you let them know you heard about it here on TMA. Here's how it works. You think you have a case, you call them at that number. They'll give you a free evaluation. They'll go over their case with you on the phone. Doesn't cost anything. They work on a contingency basis, so there's no upfront cost at all to you. If you don't get paid, they don't get paid, and they've won more than $1 billion in compensation for their clients. Justice is their business. If you have been injured due to the negligence of someone else, Brown and Crouppen is a local law firm here to serve you. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertising. Past results are no guarantee of future results, and every case is different. It must be judged on its own accord.
There it is, Brown and Crouppen, presenting sponsor of TMA. And Design Air Heating and Cooling is the sponsor of our email of the day. The morning after at InsideSTL.com is how you can participate. Wow, Doug, fun to see Buck Swope, isn't it?
Oh,
fun to see Buck Swope. Yeah. He was trailing the JV golf coach, who I think, is it right? He won the first 3 emails of the month?
I don't recall.
And now Buck Swope can actually clinch, at worst, a tie for August with a win today. And who's going to bet against Buck Swope right now? It's like betting against Scotty Scheffler. But can the JV golf coach be Xander Schauffele? It's going to be fun. You're going to find out at 9:50. Seth Goldcamp makes that possible. Design Air Heating and Cooling, official HVAC provider of TMA and the Tim McKernan Show podcast. Online at designairservice.com. Hotter than the fires of hell. Hotter than the fires of hell. 92 today, 95 tomorrow, 92 on Friday. If you run into air conditioning issues, work with Seth and his team at Design Air Heating and Cooling. How do you work with them? I got an answer for you. You go to designairservice.com. Design Air Heating and Cooling, official HVAC provider of TMA and the Tim McKernan Show podcast. Go online at designairservice.com. And you should probably spend some time doing some thinking.
We got people across the street from us getting a new roof, and they had roofers up there yesterday. It had to be 105 degrees. After a while, they were all just laying across the front yard. Looked like they'd all been shot and fallen off a 2-story house. Like they couldn't move. And I kept thinking, why don't you come back another day? Why don't you start at 5 in the morning maybe when it's a little cooler?
Probably some local ordinance in Sunset Hills against that. 'Cause you guys hate
There's
the
quiet
waivers.
hours, I guess, yeah.
That's what I was thinking this morning when I came in, how lucky I am to have this job when, but they're working on the basement garage, underground garage. And I thought they were just paving or something. So I parked there this morning, and they're like up there blasting rocks.
Mm-hmm.
There's smoke everywhere, rock smoke everywhere. They got masks on. It's got to be 110 degrees down there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, God.
It's hard to find workers like that.
God love them.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if that'd be better than roofing or not.
Anything when you're in that kind of heat.
Probably would be, because with roofing you also face the risk of falling off the roof.
Yeah.
I just can't imagine how hard that must be.
Well, they didn't see me coming because they're both got those big drills hitting the rocks over the door. And I said, hey, gotta get in the door.
You yelled at them?
Well, they couldn't hear me. So I was just trying to get their attention, and rocks are falling, and then poor guys had to get off the ladder and move the piece of wood in front of the door.
Just so you could get in?
Yeah.
Oh.
Why are you yelling?
I know not
one's
to
yelling.
park there tomorrow because I don't want to bother the guys.
Yeah,
But
I saw that, and so I left the garage and pulled around to the front, so I didn't have to deal with that.
I didn't see it till I went around the corner and walked in.
Well, all right.
But anyway, take care out there, you guys that are working outside.
Mm-hmm.
We got a few more days, and we're back in the 70s and 80s.
So, yeah. Okay.
Doug, the rankings are out from Kylie McDaniel. He's the Major League Baseball insider on ESPN.com of the top young players in the game. They rank them from 16 to 25. I know you watch a lot of 16-year-olds play baseball and then send out your rankings, so I wonder if this will match up.
A lot of high school, sophomores, I guess, 16?
So the top 10 players born in 1999 and all the way through the top 10 players born, I guess they only did 5, born in 2008. And you already had a year under your belt on this program when these players were born.
So I should know them
So
intimately.
because you were there in the nursery. The Cardinals have no players in the top 10 who were born in 1999. For the record, these would be players I would imagine just about everybody in the audience would recognize. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is 1, Fernando Tatis Jr. 2, Hunter Green 3 from the players in 1999. Cardinals do not have any. Players born in 2000, Bobby Witt, Julio Rodriguez, Corbin Carroll, Riley Green. There's your top 4 from the players born in 2000. Cardinals have nobody there. Top 10 players born in 2001, Gunnar Henderson. I don't know. This is a name that's going to become kind of like Yoshinobu Yamamoto did last year. I have a feeling this is the one we're going to be hearing this offseason. Roki Sasaki, I believe, unless it's Rocky. And he is pitching in, I think, Japan, and I believe is going to be coming over to the U.S. Players born in 2001, Gunnar Henderson, Sasaki, Michael Harris of the Braves. There's your top 3, Zach Neto, Anthony Volpe as well. Let's see, Cardinals with nobody in 2001. 2002, Cardinals got one.
Hey!
The Cardinals are coming, tra-la, tra-la. Paul Skeens has 1, Ellie De La Cruz 2, James Wood, who just came up with the Nationals, I think, last month, is 3. Marcelo Mayers at AA with the Red Sox. Jackson Doug, is it Job? Jackson Job?
I think so.
He's at AA with the Tigers. He's a pitcher. And then Mason Wynn.
Hey.
The Cardinals are coming. Tra-la, tra-la.
He's a heck of a player.
2003, Cardinals got none.
Mm.
Jackson Merrill, Jackson Holiday, the top 2 there. 2004, the Cardinals got none.
Oh.
Jackson Churio of the Brewers at the top there. 2005, the Cardinals got none. Walker Jenkins is number 1 there, Minnesota Twins. 2006, the Cardinals got none. A bunch of players who have not played in the major leagues yet. 2007, the Cardinals got 1.
Hey.
Is it Yairo Padilla, Doug? You've watched him?
I have never seen him. Never heard the name.
He's
Is
ranked
he 17?
He is. I turned 17 on June 20th. I remember
high school?
The player, you said he was going to be a great shortstop. He is 6th. 2008, the Cardinals, well, none of these players have been drafted yet. Point being, now this is, of course, arbitrary. Most of these guys are just beginning their major league careers or in the early stages of it. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. certainly would be an exception. Fernando Tatis Jr., Hunter Green would be exceptions. Point being, this thing isn't close. That's what I'm saying. Point being, when Bill DeWitt III was asked by Frank Cusimano in an interview that you can watch on YouTube, I don't really think any of the sound is all of that, hey, let's make sure we play it. Frank asked him about free agency. He said, well, I understand fans think of free agency as the main way to rebuild the ball club, but it also can be through trades and through player development. That's fine. I don't disagree with that, but player development does not take place in an off season. So when I look at this, I just don't think that this is on the verge of turning over.
When you talk about player development, you have to be able to develop those players, and that's the big thing that they have not been able to do. Right. They get them to the majors, out of necessity usually, and then they come here and they stall out.
By and large, yeah.
Yeah, that's been the problem here over the last 5 years or so.
Yeah, and then comes the question, are they identifying the wrong talent, or are they not developing it? And one would think, based on how players seem to succeed
elsewhere,
that it's the development that's the issue, not the identification.
I guess all major league teams are the same, but I was looking at the Cardinals front office the other day. I think Mozeliak has 7 assistants. They have about 30 to 35 people on their scouting list, but there's like 25 to 30 people that are just in analytics. How many people do you need to go through that?
I don't know. I guess they're constantly looking at players all over baseball, not just their own players.
I mean, there's some titles.
Every minor leaguer on every team in baseball.
There's some titles I never heard of before.
Yeah.
I think they just make these things up.
It's different than the way it used to be, that's for sure.
But overall, I feel pretty good about where the club is. Obviously,
well, you shouldn't. This is as apathetic, I think, as the Cardinal fan base has been in a long, long time.
My lifetime, for sure.
Yeah. I think you have to go back to the early 90s, probably.
I was texting with the Nonling. You remember him? He did push-ups and ran sprints.
Oh, sure. Certainly non-gay.
He was he was part of the International Brotherhood of Nitwits. Mm-hmm. That was a union that he and producer Joe formed. And let me tell you something. They became a very forceful union. When you were running for office, if you didn't have IBON's backing, you probably were DOA.
But there were some issues with the pension and everything.
That's correct, and the thing eventually fell apart, and I think that had something to do with Joe carving a landing strip.
Does that make me a scab?
A little bit. You and Gangster Pete, Sea Monster, Brian with an E.
Union busters.
Yeah, I think so. But we were talking about the DeWitts versus Tom Stillman and why one family has had a lot of criticism, and it goes back years. It predates this year and last year. And then Tom Stillman has the approval rating he did, or does. And the non-link sent me this. One thought on why Stillman gets more runway than DeWitt, and not to discount a lot of other things Stillman does well: community outreach, excellent organizational communication, recent cup, feeling of having a plan, etc. Stillman bought the team after an extended period of real concerns about the stability of the franchise. The team had 3 owners in 7 years after a lockout stole an entire season. His first year as owner was after a lockout took half a year away in 2012. I think fans, whether actively or subconsciously, are just thankful and do believe that Stillman has been a stabilizing influence on a team that hasn't had a stable history. Meanwhile, an entire generation of fans hasn't worried about who the new owner of the Cardinals will be and what that will look like. I thought that was a good observation on the non-links part, because you had Laurie, Checketts, and then Stillman. And then if you're an older Blues fan, you may remember, what, they were going to Saskatchewan, right? Wasn't that the deal?
Saskatoon,
Saskatchewan. What you had, the Harry or Nest. Remember Bobby Plager came into the podcast and he talked about how they were just left in a Canadian city. Yeah. He couldn't get a plane out after they had played, and he wasn't even playing. He was a coach, I think. And so the stability, I guess, along with the cup, but the community outreach, and I just think the messaging, I think that's a huge part of it. When Tom Stillman talks, or Doug Armstrong talks, and I also think before, and this isn't a shot at Drew Bannister, but I think Craig Berube talks, the messaging is direct. They're transparent. They attempt to be as communicative as possible, make themselves accessible to the fans. And meanwhile, I just don't think that the Cardinals have had that. And I said yesterday on 101, I think they really miss a face of the franchise in a sense, like Mark Lamping right now.
Yeah. Well, I think expectations are also much higher for the Cardinals. They've been very good for a long time, and people expect them to be good. And if they're not, like the last 2 seasons, people say, what in the world's going on here? I'm not going anymore. And the Blues can have a couple of down seasons, as they've had the last 2 years, and nobody thinks anything of it.
Yeah,
I think, we'll go get them next year.
Along those lines, I have a big picture question on exactly this coming up on Bloom Party today. So stay tuned.
Well, that's a nice little tease.
Yeah, I've never been teased better in my life.
Huh.
Yep.
Somebody's getting better at teasing.
Yeah, that's got to be fun when you start feeling like it's like ball striking, like, oh, I'm compressing it now I'm teasing better.
He's listening to the consultants.
Yeah.
That's right. I was reading through binders yesterday, and feeling pretty good about where I am tease-wise.
Gosh. I can see the confidence in your face.
Tease camp is paying off.
Doug, the good news is in 34 hours, the Missouri Tigers take the field, and they get ready for a season we will all remember decades from now, when they lift that national championship trophy on January 20th in Atlanta or Houston. They haven't decided yet where they're going to play that game. And we believe they're playing Ohio State. Eli Drinkwitz was on Tiger Talk with Mike Kelly, and he has a message to the fans for tomorrow night.
It's a little bit of a Lou Gehrig mic situation going on with Coach Drink during this. I'm pulled this straight off of Tiger Talk
Hit the lever
YouTube.
pail.
So just warning you beforehand.
What do you want to communicate to this fan base one more time as we get set to close out this segment and you get set to open your 4th season? Does it seem like it's been 4 years? 5th season in Missouri.
We can forget about a couple of those years, but
maybe
no, man, I'm just so appreciative of this fan base. From beginning to where we're at now, they have been consistent with our support and their appreciation, and we need y'all to continue to be loud, support our team. We got a lot of exciting opportunities ahead of us, but the thing that I'm the most appreciative and most preaching to our team, let's just focus on being 1-0. Don't worry about what's down the line. Stay in the present moment. Stay focused on right now. Enjoy the moment. Go out there and soak up a ferocious Faroe field Thursday night and go play your butt off for those fans and your family back home. And if our fans show up, I know our team's going to show up too.
How about that, Doug? You ready to run through a brick wall?
I am. Let's go. Fight, Tiger!
Tiger.
Fight!
Beat. Racer.
Is Drinkwitz's popularity at its zenith right now during his Missouri tenure?
Yeah, now, this very moment.
I agree. I think you could go around college football and you could have about 15 coaches who would, because right now, you know what college football fan bases are full of, minus Tallahassee?
Optimism?
Hopium.
Oh, hopium.
Hopium dens.
Okay.
That changes.
It could be Elko in College Station or Freeman in South Bend. One of them will have about 20%, probably active message board users, calling for their heads at about 10 o'clock on Saturday night. But meanwhile, they're all in the Hopium Den, the Aggies fans, and, of course, the Fighting Irish fans. And then on Sunday night, when that dainty little Southern debutante who grinds on recruits and talks about Missouri scheduling for homecoming, even though they don't, Brian Kelly has to take on USC. Is it going to be Lincoln Riley or Brian Kelly who needs to be fired on Sunday night?
Someone's got to go.
But in Baton Rouge and in Southern California and all the riches throughout the land who have gone to USC and now own our country, they are feeling high on hopium. It's hopium season in college football.
If Mizzou...
All right, give me that hand.
Okay.
That'd have been a great game last year.
I'm not sure what that meant.
Well, you had two of the best quarterbacks in football going against each other.
Yeah.
Jaden Daniels and Caleb Williams.
Right.
How do you do?
If Mizzou should get tripped up by those darn racers, are you going to call for Drinkwitz ouster?
I won't be coming in on Friday.
You'd need him.
Would you really pass?
Dude, how am I supposed to? How are we supposed to soldier on?
Doug,
You have bootstraps, don't you?
You remember Jeff Witt worked at 590?
Yeah.
Good people. He sent me this yesterday. I had a feeling. I didn't see this. I wouldn't have seen it. I'm just not as active on social media as I'd like to be. But I don't know if this gained traction amongst our audience or not. The uniform reveal? Did it?
It was pretty expected.
Oh, no.
Yeah, but the video.
No,
I think even Missouri fans are like, okay, what the... I imagine you haven't seen this.
No, I have not seen it.
All right. I know that this is kind of... I would go to I'm recommending to the audience, if you can, so that you can kind of watch along with Doug. I got to move my mic so I can get this. Where's my nurse?
Okay.
Here is the uniform reveal. You can watch it live. It's kind of like Mystery Science Theater.
It starts with, it looks like we're on a farm with a bunch of horses meandering about.
Yep.
There's a horse trailer off in the distance. It's a farm.
Looks like a
Don't see any
pasture?
people. Here comes is that a pig? That's a dog.
That's a gerbil.
It's a dog has slowly wandered out of the barn. Now here's a tight shot of a football, and a hand picks up the football. We don't see who it is. There's some sort of animal. Here's a Mizzou player walking through the stables now.
He's caressing
petting the
a horse
by the nose. And I guess the uniform the Tiger player has on will be the uniform that they'll be wearing tomorrow night. Black helmet. Tiger logo. And now
walking
he's
with the
running.
horse. Now he's running in the barn.
He's
running. He's sprinting in the barn.
All right. Is that Luther Burden? Number 0? Who's number 0?
No.
Corby.
Manning.
Okay.
There's several. There's two number zeros.
He's now leading the horse out of the barn into the wilderness, walking with his black pants, black shirt, black helmet with the
oval tag.
Yeah. Now he's riding the horse. He's up on the horse now, riding off into the sunset.
No, there's still 15 seconds left.
We
so
still got more. Okay. The horse is saying, "Why does this guy have a football uniform on?" Okay, now he's going to take the helmet off and set it down. We're back in the barn now, and we just fade out on the helmet. Okay.
You're still ready to run through the brick wall.
Tigers by 1,000.
Yep, after you see that.
Do you think that's like a project they give to one of the journalism students? Come up with something. Figure out how to use the camera, how to make a dissolve and a wipe in your video. It's got to go a minute and a half. Come up with something. It must be, right?
Was it at least a Clydesdale?
No. It was not a Clydesdale.
Well, two things. Well, one, the racer is a horse, so I think that's part of it. I'm not over here like that's a weird video.
You think they're riding on the?
Did you see it yesterday?
That was symbolism for being on top of a horse because I don't
think it's an accident that the Murray State are the racers and this guy was on a horse. And then
was it popular in the you're big in the Tiger nationalist community, as you call it?
Yeah.
How'd the Tiger nationalists handle it?
Hopium and copium. There's also copium, which is a popular term on social media, where no matter what, baby, Tiger's doing it right. Mizzou last year, their video team was excellent. Like if you watch the mini movies after every game,
I agree with that.
Those were outstanding. The guy who was doing that, or I guess the team that was doing that, has moved on. They're no longer a part of it. So this is like the newer team.
He didn't go to Kansas, did he?
No, I don't know what the situation was. I just know the person who was in charge of all of that has now moved on.
Yeah.
Not dead, but
Well,
moved
this
on
is
to a different game.
laughably bad.
So that was likely
horrendous.
Philip Roach, who's a safety from Crown Point, Indiana.
Okay.
So maybe Brian Henson has some info.
We
on
never
him.
saw his face. Could have been anybody wearing
It was
a
either
uniform.
him or Josh Manning. They both were in number
Could have been the
0.
Colonel.
Or it could have been a guy who's not even a player, just put on a uniform to do this.
Yeah, because there was no name on the back, but he was wearing number 0. So that's Josh Manning or Philip Roach.
Seems like Alan Dadeville hears the footsteps coming from Columbia, Missouri on their way down to Athens, Georgia. You know, William Tecumseh Sherman, that bitch. Here is the Georgia uniform reveal. This was the UGA uniform reveal for the game against Clemson. A still picture of the same uniform they've had since the 1950s. No video of Kirby riding a centaur down I-85. That's Alan Dadeville. You can tell he's jealous. Look at that uniform reveal.
Yeah.
They don't wear any other pants besides the gray pants.
But football's such an emotional game. Don't you want like an emotional, in-your-face video rather than a guy on a sleepy horse walking around a farm? Does that really say, let's go get him? Does that really say, all right, let's go? It doesn't.
Jackson and I ran through a brick wall.
I
of that video?
I love the uniform reveals, and so you take the good with the bad. That's what I say.
Well, this is bad. Make no
that's
mistake, this is bad.
That's what you got to take with it.
Yeah, but what about when Buffalo comes a calling the following weekend?
So then they'll get some bulls.
Ooh,
Because
like
we're
Jimmy
still
the
in Missouri.
Bull,
Yeah,
the
we'll still-
Apache.
Buffalo Bulls, so they'll get a bull and they'll tame the bull wearing the gold jersey, black pants, gold helmet.
Oh, is that what they're going with? Third-class video for a third-class school. That's from the Veiled Prophet.
This is
Third
really,
class school.
This
Did
is
you get
really
Veiled
misguided. This is a complete swing and a miss on a uniform reveal, in my opinion.
Hey, Doug, watch this. Ride me like a horse. Tee-hee, also, that was me. I was the one in the video. That's from Brian Henson. That was Henson?
Could have been. Could have been. I don't think he's that tall.
Here, I'll give you the idea for the next video, Mizzou, if you're listening.
Okay.
Just have Luther Burden laying in bed. The alarm clock goes off. He wakes up, goes to his dresser drawer, and starts throwing out 15 different uniforms until he picks the one he puts on.
Ooh.
No, that's not. That'd be better than what we just saw.
Guys, Mizzou fans are up in arms about the fact that there will be advertising on the field this year. That's from Larry Thornton. Larry Thornton would know.
I didn't see people up in arms. I saw Dave Matter tweeted it out yesterday.
I'm curious, Larry Thornton, where when you see up in arms, is that like Power Mizzou, or is that Twitter? Because I don't know.
All I saw was Dave Matter tweet that yesterday. I didn't.
Oh, is that right? He didn't tweet that it was up in arms. He's
No,
a
he was
university
just tweeting,
employee.
announcing that they were one of the
I got a text about that.
first schools to have open field advertisements.
Yeah, why not? There's
That's what I
advertising
said.
everywhere.
That's what I said.
It's right on Major League Baseball fields and on uniforms now. Remember the days of you would never put an advertising on an outfield wall in a Major League stadium. That was strictly minor league. You would never put advertising on the dasher boards in a hockey rink. That was
Or on
minor league
baseball
all the way.
uniform.
Yeah, now they're everywhere.
Yeah.
And who cares?
It's not like the stadium is Memorial Stadium, Faroe Field and Memorial Stadium. Like there's no title sponsor on that. You know, like you got to make money.
Larry Thornton says Power Mizzou is where they're not happy.
I think the ads on the outfield walls and everything, I think it looks better than when they're blank.
Oh, really? I disagree on that.
Yeah,
but
I
I
don't
realize
mind
it's
it at all.
subjective.
It's all I'm used to. You know, like
I just don't think I understand it. Yeah. You know, I thought one thing. I'm going back here to Frank Cusimano's interview with Bill DeWitt III. I mean, the first 4 to 5 minutes of what was about a 12-minute interview was about that amendment or proposal, whatever the hell it's called.
Sports gambling?
Sports gambling, right. And I don't know, maybe I'm off on this, but I think that the Cardinals are as aggressive as they are on that, and they're kind of at the forefront of it more than, I don't even know if the Chiefs are involved in it. The Blues are involved in it, and the Royals are involved. I'm not saying that the Chiefs aren't. I just haven't seen the Chiefs, like whatever that mascot is. What is that, an anteater or something that stands under the uprights
It's a
while St.
coyote.
Louisans cheer when they score?
I think it's a coyote. I'm not
All right,
positive.
whatever. That thing isn't flopping around Jefferson City with that upstanding legislature that we have.
They should go to an anteater.
It's always Louis, Fred Bird, and what do they have, a lion or something for the Royals?
Yeah.
We'll be adopting that soon. So the Chiefs are just like, okay, you know, we do our business when we go into the committee and we vote for the Rams to move to L.A. That's when we get involved. The fact that the Cardinals are as out front and Bill DeWitt III is as out front as he is, I'm kind of like, I mean, do you kind of need the money that bad? And Frank asked him if there would be a sports book at Ballpark Village, and he said that's a possibility.
There you go. There's the answer.
Yeah.
You got to be able to gamble right there.
Right there at Ballpark Village when you're all lit up and you're grinding on some, muffin top.
Muffin top?
Here, let me put a $20 parlay in. That's the worst idea I could make tonight as opposed to not wearing a condom with this.
What exactly is a muffin top?
Jackson's down on that one.
Tim's red hot this morning.
Yeah.
A muffin top, Doug. You'll see it when someone wears a pair of pants, breeches, and some of the extra body tends to fold over the top of it.
Dunlop?
Yeah, a Dunlop.
Dunlopped over. Dunlopped over your belt.
I like that.
That's what we used to call him. You got a Dunlop.
Okay, well, fast forward here, and they're calling it a muffin top.
Okay. Oh, that's the muffin top. Just the gut sticks over the...
Like folds over where, how a muffin folds over the wrapping of the stump.
Oh, okay.
So imagine that with a gut.
Oh.
And so if you're wearing a crop top or maybe a shorter shirt, which I know you have several of.
Oh, half shirts, yeah.
That will be exposed. So
Okay.
that's the muffin top.
Okay, I didn't know.
MD 2020 in the YouTube chat has an idea for next week's uniform reveal with a bull. Luther lying in bed next to my wife. It pans to me in my cuck chair. He hops out of bed and then starts rifling through jerseys in my room.
Yeah, that seems like a
And
W.
steals my jersey.
As a bull.
Yeah.
See, he's a bull.
God, that's nice.
That's a great idea. MD 2020 should be down in Columbia
You
putting
know, the
this together.
Eagle, the Boston College Eagle, Golden Eagles, right? So
Do it against Buffalo.
Right, that's what...
Oh, I didn't hear. Sorry.
It's all right, baby.
Well, I'm happy you stole my idea and put a cuck in it. It's pretty good.
Well, it's got to be better than this one. Quiet little farm. And our players walking to the barn with his football uniform on. No explanation about that. Gets on a horse.
I just have to think it's mascot intensive or intended to be at the mascot of the Murray State Racers.
I guess it could.
Fat upper penile area.
Oh.
Wouldn't a racer be like a car?
No, sir.
No.
The Murray State
Horse race.
Racer, it's a horse.
Oh, is it?
Well, Kentucky, Or, I'm sorry, Murray State's in Tennessee, right? Am I tripping?
I know it's Kentucky.
It's Kentucky.
Yeah. As I said, I think football's such an emotional game. You want to in-your-face, wild, fast-moving video cuts to get people jazzed up about football. Not a Western theme. Horse that can barely walk on a player we don't know who it is.
I think it's Philip Roach. But I have to think you'd have to get a player who can ride a horse,
I think a lot of people can sit on a slow-walking horse.
Well, you don't know it's a player. It could be somebody that's...
We already found out it's Henshin.
Yeah.
So can he ride horses?
Probably wasn't a player. I doubt anyone said, I can't make it to practice today, coach. I got to go sit on a horse.
Well, he
for a
looked, but
while."
he's massive. He's a big guy.
Well,
The person in the video is pretty big.
I can't see Drinkowitz letting one of his players ride a horse and the chance he falls off and breaks a leg.
Yeah, you wouldn't want that.
Would that be? Think about that, like Luther Burton's
Oh,
out
my God.
for a uniform reveal injury.
Eric Johnson's golf injury was one of the all-time greats.
He got stepped on by a quarter horse. Won't be able to play against Murray State.
They didn't do updated rankings this week, I guess, because you only had a handful of games.
Yeah, I was
Florida
wondering
State
that.
still is 10 and Missouri still 11. That will change. I think there's a chance that, this isn't, Jackson, I'm worried about the Tiger Nationalists. This is a shot at Missouri. Missouri can't do anything. There's nothing that Missouri wins 60-0. People aren't going to go, oh, maybe this Tiger team. You can't, this is like kind of it's a no-win thing. You get the win. You use it as like a spring training game, whatever. But there are some schools that are behind Missouri that have opportunities to pass them. For example, if Texas A&M beat up on number 7 Notre Dame and A&M is 20, I could see them passing Missouri. And then there are schools that are ahead of Missouri that have some tests that could certainly, of course, fall behind them if they were to lose. I mean, many schools, not many, but there's a good number of schools that are going to be put to the test this week, and there's some damn good games. I mean, if Clemson were to beat Georgia, I assure you Clemson's going to pass Missouri. West Virginia's unranked. James Franklin, Doug, he's taking his show on the road, and he's going to Morgantown to take on Major Harris. And
He's still there?
He's still there.
Gosh.
In the Nittany Lions. I mean, let's say Iowa is able to score 17 points against Illinois State. That's going to catch people's attention that maybe that offense is...
Well, they've had a long time to work on it. You'd think they'd come up with a couple of plays by this point.
And then on Sunday, there's only one game, and that is USC and LSU, and that's going to be in Nevada. Boy, those fan bases getting together in Las Vegas. How do you do? That'll be a Jim Dandy. I look forward to that.
Yeah, Iowa still has the best tradition in college sports. So
the waving at the hospital.
Wave to the kids in the hospital. That's
great.
Can't beat that.
Yeah.
I'll take Missouri's uniform reveal, but
I know I'd take Iowa on this one.
I don't know if I saw the first time of him running routes in the barn.
Yeah, he's running in the barn for a while.
So maybe
just to get
Josh
ready.
Manning.
Mm-hmm.
I feel Josh
It just
Manning's
had to be a
great.
journalism project. It had to be.
This guy's ripped up. He definitely plays football.
Henson.
You can't tell he's ripped up. He's
Yes,
in a,
I
he's in a
just
football
look at this.
uniform.
Okay, I'm going to
check out his body and rate it.
Look how vascular his biceps are.
He's got on shoulder
Ozzy.
pads.
Look at this. That you can't. That's the shoulder pad. That's a vein, brother.
But you could find some 20-year-old kid there at Mizzou who's not a football player to do that.
I guess.
Maybe an athlete in another sport.
Well, if he doesn't play football, he should.
I don't know. Maybe it's a player. I don't know.
The following week, Texas goes to Ann Arbor. 2 top 10 teams, 2 top 10 teams doing battle. SEC, Big Ten. Doug, is it a preview of the national championship?
It could
game?
be. Could be.
I think the expectation would be, Texas is the favorite. Texas is -3.5. That Texas wins that game. And big break for the Longhorns. That's an 11 o'clock kick. If you're the road team, you want the 11 o'clock kick.
Definitely.
That Fox 11 o'clock kick.
Big noon kickoff. Is
Yeah,
nice
with a bunch of
Brady Quinn.
goofs on that pregame show.
Yeah.
At least you get to watch football all day long.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I'm just saying, for a game of that magnitude, the fact that it kicks off at 11 o'clock is a total waste, but whatever. Fortunately, not our problem.
Mm-hmm.
The schedule is set from a time standpoint for Missouri, and we know that there's a couple of those early games, but not many at home. I think 2, Boston College and War Eagle. I think that's it.
Yeah. Yep.
The rest are afternoon or night games.
Yeah, Boston College 11:45, and then Auburn's in an early game.
How about this? I didn't know this. Danny Alouche does all the uniform reveals. Remember him? He was with the Missouri basketball team in '95, and now he's doing the uniform.
He's still there, too.
It's Larry Thornton,
30
says
years
it.
later.
Yep.
I just imagine the marketing department going to the University of Missouri Journalism School and say, hey, this would be a good project for somebody. Have them do our uniform reveal videos.
Maybe they did.
They have a production team. They have a dedicated team just for football.
That's even worse. That's what they came
Telling
up
you
with.
what the case is.
I think they're turning their attention to Buffalo. How hard is it to say Drinkwitz? How is this still going on? That's from the Table Rock Cake Monster.
They don't like you saying Drinkowitz.
Too bad.
You going to still say it?
Well, that's how I say it.
But it's wrong. Try saying Drinkwitz, 2 syllables.
Well, I can say it, Drinkwitz, but when
There
I'm
you go.
talking real quickly, but not Drinkwitz, I put an A in there.
Oh.
Just like Cantley. It's Cantley. I say Cantley.
Dan is not a jackass.
I do it without thinking.
Okay.
But you know who I meant.
Yeah. Well, I'm with you on just getting close to names at our age. Just get in the neighborhood.
Early game times equal more refractory time between stepdads, and it's a multi-pop day. That's from the Worson Woods Wacko.
Refractory time.
That's interesting. I hadn't
is
thought
that?
about that. Well, after you release, it gives gentlemen who might be a little older more time to build up for achieving arousal.
Yeah,
so that they can enjoy more sex with other older men.
Yeah, like in the Revolutionary War, you couldn't just fire the gun and then shoot it right again. You had to do the
Load
whole,
it and everything.
gunpowder, ramrod, refractory period.
You think they had more or less muffin tops during the Revolutionary War period?
Probably less.
Less?
Probably not much to eat. Muffin tops?
Yeah, maybe you're right on that. This
mean,
is more of a product of processed food and laziness.
Yeah, I think it was top heavy. I think those with means probably did have it, but more people were without means.
I bet people are much heavier today than they were back then.
No
Much.
doubt.
Call in and you can vote in the poll. Kerner Thompson phone line 636-9004 TMA. Text in your answer. Schaefer Door Company. Text inbox 314-881-TMA5 and email in for our design, air, heating, and cooling email of the day. Doug, we have got something to share with the audience.
What?
Unbelievable. Jackson, do you have the copy points in front of you, kind sir?
I do.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Jackson Bennett Burkett, You might know him as Little Piddles. That's a name Jamie Rivers gave him because he believes he wheezed down his leg.
Oh.
Doug?
Yeah, what do we have?
Introducing the first ever TMA Banty Brew. A 16-ounce canned wheat ale with orange and coriander, a cross between American wheat and Belgian wit. This refreshing ale is made with white wheat, ground coriander, and fresh whole oranges. Simply delicious, served with a slice of orange, and you head to any Salt and Smoke location to try
Tom Schmidt
TMA Banty Brew, TMA's own beer.
We have our own beer now.
Yep.
That's right.
How about that?
Yep.
Who's brewing it?
It's brought to you by Charleville Brewery and Winery in St. Genevieve, Missouri. Show Me Beverages and Salt and Smoke. You must be 21 to consume or purchase. You head to tmastl.com to see the can and find a participating location to try it for yourself.
Well, that's exciting news.
How about that?
Absolutely.
You can get it to Salt and Smoke.
Yep.
Tom
Okay.
Schmidt is going to have it right there for you.
Yep.
So you get that brisket and you wash it down.
And their biggest location is in Ballpark Village, right?
Their biggest?
Yeah, it's always packed.
Yeah, that's a big one. The Loop. I went to the one on Hampton over the weekend.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, right
What'd
by,
you get, boy?
right by the Berg.
Yeah, DB Proud. What'd you get?
Obviously got the burnt end T-Revs.
Oh.
That's choice is choice.
God. Oh, Doug, I might have to get that tonight.
Oh, really?
And then me and my lady friend split the 3-meat combo platter.
Oh, what were your meats, boy?
Give me some of that bologna, boy.
You ordered bologna?
It's so good. I like the smoked wings a lot there. Big fan of the smoked wings. They got a really good buffalo sauce. And then the brisket, obviously.
Huh. Now, is this beer available now, today?
Yeah, we go wash it down. We get the burn end T-Ravs, we get bologna, and then we wash it down. We let it sit in our mouths, and then we have our beer marinate in our mouths, and then we wash it down.
We're going to have our own muffin tops.
We have a contest. Who will be the first listener to pose with a can of our beer?
That'd be a nice little contest for the fan page.
I won't see it, but I guess
Someone will send you a screenshot.
Yeah, screenshot bandits.
Bandits will be there.
Bandits.
Yeah, so pretty exciting stuff. So check it out.
Today's the first day?
I've sampled. Me and Tim both sampled the beer. It's
We did.
rock solid, real good beer, and it would go great with some Salt and Smoke. I'll tell you that much. It's like the kind. It's a good accompaniment beer with with food. You know?
Oh, I expect someone will have some tonight before the Cardinal game.
Hope so. Yeah, head down to Salt and Smoke. Check it out.
Usually Piddles doesn't know crap, but I like that order. That's from Chairman Steve in Wildwood.
Yeah, I've been going to Salt and Smoke ever since they started partnering with you guys. Well, so many years ago. So I'm a veteran at Salt and Smee.
Jackson, why do you leave out the best locations? Main Street in St. Charles has a giant patio. You Central Corridor elitists. That's from Chunk and the Chuck.
I'm sorry.
I've
never been to that location, so
I have.
apologize.
It's good. They're all good.
Yeah, best location. They're all great.
I met Tom before he started Salt and Smoke. He used to come into 1380 The Woman.
To do what?
Yeah, he had two other restaurants, and he would come in on maybe Wednesdays or Thursdays and do a different dish for the ladies. And then he started Salt and Smoke.
Huh.
Oh, hey.
How about that?
Yeah, he's been very successful, that's for sure.
Yeah, he's good people. I would like to elect myself as the Salt and Smoke West County correspondent. I'll have me a brew this afternoon. That's from Mr. 63011 and that fast golf cart.
Now, where's the Salt and Smoke in West County?
West County?
Didn't he just say you'll be the West County?
Yeah.
Did they just open one in Chesterfield?
Doug's crowdsourcing information.
I don't know. I am crowdsourcing. Doggone it. I got to watch
He opened so many.
No, it's cool. There's one in Ellisville.
That's West County.
I count that as West County.
Massive patio. Big old patio.
He's all over town now.
St. Charles sucks! The best Salt and Smoke location's Hampton. Thanks. That's Big Tough.
Oh.
Right in the shadows of Bishop DeBerg.
Yeah, exactly.
Fear the Cavalier.
Yep.
That one in Ballpark Village is hard to beat, though.
We had a great time when we broadcasted out there before the Cardinal game.
It's a great spot.
This new beverage will make it easier for my father-in-law to bird feed me his burnt end T-Ravs. Yummy. That's from a gaping stepdad.
Don't fight it. Salt and Smoke.
I'm not fighting
I
anything.
love Tom's voiceover.
Bird feeding.
He sounds like he should be on NPR.
Would you be alarmed if you saw a lot of people bird feeding one another at a Salt and Smoke?
I feel like it's a kink, and I wouldn't kink shame it.
If they were drinking, if they were washing it down with some Banty brew, I would say, hello, fine Americans. Don't fight it.
So one person would be leaning back over the table with his head on the table, and his stepfather or someone else would be dropping chewed up meat into his mouth. That's what I'm supposed to believe.
Yeah, what's wrong with that? Again, it sounds like it's a little bit of kink shaming.
Yeah. Well, Doug,
it's a lot of kink shaming.
As someone who's always shaming people on their dietary, their regularity, if something's already chewed up, it's going to be easier to digest, probably making them more regular.
You might not even have to chew it yourself.
So you're kind of
gulp it.
Talking out of both sides of your mouth.
Well, some people have trouble chewing. And they cut up the food for them. So
Look at false teeth.
So instead of cutting it up for them, you chew it and then spit it in their mouth.
If you have trouble chewing, then you need to be on soft food. You need to be on yogurt and pudding, applesauce. You don't have bologna. You don't eat wings if you can't chew.
I like the wings. They're crispy.
The St. Charles locale used to be a winery, and that's where my wedding reception was. Yes, Tom told me about his appearance on 1380 The Woman. He said you basically just wanted him to bring in free food. That's from Chairman Steve in Wild Arm, Milagro Tequila listener.
Oh, you know everybody, and you always seem to talk about me when you meet these people. It's odd.
At Chairman Steve, the action's back on you.
Okay.
Back and forth the action goes. You raise, you re-raise, then you re-raise.
Mm-hmm. And yes, the ladies got free food, but I did it to promote Tom's Restaurants because he's a good dude.
Did you get some free food yourself?
I'm sure I did.
Yeah, we get a lot of free food here.
What am I going to do? There's free food comes in here all the time.
Yes, you eat it.
The best was when we had River City Casino, and Chef John would come in every week, and he'd bring in them. Here's our spring salad, and he'd make me a rack of lamb. And they would get pissed off.
At KFNS, he would make you a rack of lamb.
Yeah, I'd say, let's bring me in something for dinner tonight. He goes, how about some lamb? I go, perfect. So he brings it in. He goes, now, ladies, we're doing the spring salad with a little bit of fennel. And they're looking at that. And he goes, they get done with the break. He goes, how in the heck did you get lamb? I said, well, I asked for lamb. You get the salad. Enjoy.
Could you have at least made them some tableside guac?
I've never made tableside guac. I don't think I've ever had guacamole.
You don't think a salad tastes better with cracked pepper?
I've had an avocado, but I don't believe I've ever had guacamole.
It's kind of the same thing.
No, I'd rather just eat a bite of avocado than smash it up with the other stuff.
Okay. Well, avocados are healthy for you.
Yeah, I don't eat a lot of Southwest foods.
Avocado is Southwest?
I think you would consider it Southwest cuisine.
Would you? Okay.
Lime and...
And what?
And guacamole.
Oh, okay.
Watch out, here comes Suckboy Tony.
Yeah, he liked guacamole.
Get Tom on and have him relay the story. He told me while standing down there watching the show last year. It's from Chairman Steve, Wildwood, Milagro Tequila listener of the year 2023.
Okay.
Whatever. You want to get Tom on?
Yeah, I'll give him a jingle.
No, I believe you.
And the story is you wanted him to bring in free food? Is that what was the story?
I brought him in to promote his restaurants.
Yeah.
He's going to bring in food.
Well, sure.
How much for that, Tom? No, we don't want your free food, Tom, to promote your restaurants. How much do we owe you for that?
Yeah.
I mean, what am I, an idiot?
No, absolutely not.
Don't answer that.
Well, that marketing certainly worked for Tom because his restaurants have taken off.
Yeah, it worked for 1380, too. I feel bad for Tom that he came in and wasted his time for five listeners.
Worked better for him than it did for the radio station, apparently. It's not around anymore.
St. Charles is the chain restaurant beige siding capital of the world. They should all thank Tom for building them a Salt and Smoke. It's from Arbor Day.
How'd this break out into county warfare?
Well, we got that Cowdiville Webster Groves thing that's still percolating, it seems.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I'm not a big St. Charles guy, but Main Street's pretty cool.
What's wrong with St. Charles?
Well, I just don't get there a lot, but
Okay.
Main Street's, I think, a very nice area.
Yeah, it's kind of historic and interesting.
Jeff Lotman can get you a house there. Just go to JEFFLOTTMANN.com. Yeah, JEFFLOTTMANN.com. Jeff Lotman, Compass Realty. And Jeff has been doing it in St. Louis now for 2 decades, close to $500 million in sales. So if you are interested in moving, Jeff Lotman. I'm telling you, the house went on the market. We hadn't looked at a house. Doug, when's the last time we looked at a house? 3 years ago. 3 years ago, August, as a matter of fact.
3 years, yeah.
We looked at one yesterday, and it had just gone on the market. And what I noticed was a bunch of real estate agents were there, and they were checking up on it because it had just gone on the market. that morning. I guess that's the scene, but I guess that's the market. The market's hot. But Jeff Lotman, he's an insider. That's what he is. JEFFLOTTMANN.com. Yeah, with Compass Concierge, you can take your home buying or selling experience to the next level. Whether you're preparing to sell or want to enhance your new space, Compass Concierge has you covered. No upfront costs, need fresh paint, new carpet, light renovations, home staging. Compass Concierge has you covered. Unlock exclusive benefits and get your home market ready without upfront costs. Increase your home's value hassle-free. You're ready to elevate your real estate experience? Contact Compass Concierge and Jeff Lotman today. JEFFLOTTMANN.com. Yeah, JEFFLOTTMANN.com. Jackson, tell me about Mark Hanna. He's with Evergreen Wealth Strategies, and he's a fine gentleman.
Fine gentleman indeed. He's also very wise when it comes to something as important as your financial future. He's someone I work with. What starts with a 15, 20-minute phone call, it'll just be discussing your needs and financial things, where you want to be in life, and he'll help educate you through a plan that will help you going forward. He's not just going to tell you, oh, this worked for someone in a similar age range or similar salary range. That's not what he does. He educates you on the plan so you know where your money's going. And then if you have to get on the phone with Mark Hanna down the road, maybe you want to change up your plan or you have some questions, he's always happy to talk to his clients. That's why I love having someone like Mark Hanna in my corner, because it really gives you peace of mind. It makes you rest easy knowing that if something comes up where I'm nervous about my financial future, something's going wrong.
Don't be nervous.
I can't be nervous because I got Mark Hanna in my corner. You can have him in your corner as well. It's a great idea. Having no plan and just kind of figuring it out as you go. Bad plan. A great plan is calling Mark Hanna. Call Mark Hanna today.
The number is 314-889-0503. We're going live at evergreenstl.com. That's Mark Hanna with Evergreen Wealth Strategies. Doug, coming up in our Fisher Window and Door Store 8 o'clock hour, we've got big doings because we are going to reveal the biggest kink that men are missing out on that women are interested in.
Oh, no.
I can't wait to find out what it is.
I will shame it if it needs it.
My guess is the less popular MFF. That's what all women are wanting.
Guys are missing the boat on that one.
Absolutely.
They're not seeing the value
They
in
were
it.
caught unawares.
Jackson, have you read the article? What do you think the kink is? This is a Chairman Kurt link, so I can't. You think women want to peg their gentlemen callers? I guess that's possible.
Yeah, I think it's going to be something to do with the rectum.
Iggy, what do you think
Hell,
it is?
damn near killed him.
Kurt sent it in?
Yeah.
It had something to do with spitting.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be my
Doug, you
guess,
agree?
too.
All right.
Yeah,
Well, we're going to find out.
feeding of some sort.
We're going to find out. It's coming up in the Fisher Window and Door Store 8 o'clock hour. Plus, we last golf tournament of the year. Eastlake, Doug. Everybody's buzzing about it.
Well, I haven't been buzzing very much. I thought they played at Westlake.
Nope.
Now you're telling me they're at Eastlake?
Eastlake, yeah.
Doug's also red hot this morning.
Yeah, big show for both of us, Doug. This could be our chance.
This is one. You'll save this.
I'm more excited about
Send this to the Marconi people.
Right.
I'm more excited about the YouTubers playing the back nine today at noon.
Doug?
The YouTubers are playing.
They got 13 of the biggest golf influencers in the world playing a 9-hole match against each other. Paige Sporanic's playing, Gabby Golf Girl's playing, and a bunch of guys from some podcasts I never heard of.
Fat Perez, shout out FP.
Okay. And that's going to be televised, or at least on YouTube, probably.
I think it's on ESPN Plus.
Oh, is it?
I think it's on Amazon. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to it. I know a couple of them. I've heard a couple of them.
All right.
Gabby Golf Girl, 16-year-old, one handicapper.
Oh, my. Okay, well, we got that to look
Fat Perez.
FP.
Jackson, you're an FP guy.
Big FP guy. That's my guy.
That's coming up today at 12. We have the Mungus Daily Fantasy Sports Showdown, and we have this kink that's going to help all of our gentlemen who listen to the show. And I know for the most part this is a female audience. We're going to have that for you on the other side of the break. This is TMA, and it's presented to you by Brown & Crouppen.
KPNT-FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day.
Looking for the perfect spot for your next private event? Whether it's a baby shower, bridal shower, birthday party, or business meeting, Rosalita's has you covered. Enjoy the vibrant atmosphere in one of Rosalita's 2 exclusive private rooms with a customized menu that is perfect for your upcoming event. And if you're planning a date night, don't miss the lively mariachi nights every Friday and Saturday. Plus, Rosalita's gift cards make the perfect gift for any occasion. Come celebrate at Rosalita's, where every event is a fiesta. Learn more at rosalitascantina.com.
If you want a first-class, top-of-the-line, high-quality interior remodeling job, you know who I'm going to suggest. Collier and Thompson. Known for their kitchen and bathroom remodels, Collier and Thompson is where you go when you want your remodeling job done right the first time. Collier and Thompson doesn't just do large remodeling jobs. They do plenty of man caves, bars, offices, pretty much anything inside your home. Check out their 10,000-square-foot showroom next to Uncle Bill's Pancake House on Manchester. Let them bring your dream remodel to reality. CollierandThompson.com.
This is the one. Honey, I think you're right. This house has everything we've ever dreamed of. A huge master bedroom, an open kitchen, and a backyard with a fire pit and built-in grill.
I can't believe it. Finally, our dream home. It's absolutely perfect for us.
We owe our realtor big time.
No, you don't. We're just doing our job. At the Jeff Lotman Group, helping you find your dream home is our top priority. Bringing people and properties together. Call us at 314-406-8911 or visit us online at jefflotman.com.
The Illinois Recovery Center is dedicated to providing precise and authentic care to those seeking help and treatment. Recovery, it's not just a goal, it's a transformative journey. At Illinois Recovery Center, you'll find an unwavering commitment to provide the support, guidance, and personalized care you or your loved one needs to rediscover a life filled with purpose, strength, and lasting renewal. If you or someone you know wants more information about the Illinois Recovery Center, please call 888-472-9559 or visit IllinoisRecoveryCenter.com.
Elevate your performance. Pure Performance is your one-stop shop for all aftermarket modifications, known for their top quality work and outstanding customer service. It's officially Jeep and Bronco season. Pure Performance carries any accessory for your vehicle, old models to brand new. From sunshades, soft tops, trail doors, to off-road gear like bumpers and light bars, Pure Performance has you covered. Stop by the Pure Performance showroom at 3725 Harry S. Truman Boulevard in St. Charles or visit pureperformance.com. That's PURperformance.com.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan, and I am here with James Carlton of the Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency. James, I love getting emails from listeners who support the sponsors. Got one from a client of yours who switched, and you immediately saved him $1,000, and it meant the world to him.
The area that we're really having an impact on people's finances are people with drivers under the age of 25. We are seeing material savings for these types of clients, hundreds, if not even thousands of dollars per year.
James Carlton, Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency, 314-961-4800, or go online at carltoninsurance.net.
There's nothing more important than the look and feel of your home. So now's the time to make your home your retreat. Replace your tired old windows and doors with Marvin replacement products designed to improve comfort and efficiency. Fisher Window and Door Store, a reputable local company, will guide you through the entire replacement process. Their experts will help you make the right choice for your home, and they'll measure, design, and install your new windows and doors.
Hi, I'm Jim Fisher. Since 1941, the Fisher family has provided you with quality American-made building products, including Marvin Windows and Doors. Come visit one of our showrooms in Brentwood or East Alton, and let us help you increase the value of your home.
Bring that distinct sense of quality to every room with Marvin. Visit Fisher Window and Doors' huge newly remodeled showroom in Brentwood or Fisher Lumber in East Alton, Illinois. Quality and comfort starts at Fisher Window and Door. Online at fisherwindow.com.
Biggie's Restaurant and Bar has been a staple of the community for over 30 years and is serving your favorites like the steak sandwich, waffle fries, and so much more. It's not just the food that's rocking. With a full bar and patio, Biggie's is the perfect spot for lunch, dinner, and a little laughter. Biggie's original hours are back. Open 11 a.m. till midnight, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And 11 a.m. till 1 a.m. on Friday and Saturday. Check out the full menu at biggiesrestaurant.com and stop in today.
Another blues season is coming. Get ready for the second annual Blues and Brews event, Friday, September 20th at the Anheuser-Busch Brewery. Get fired up for another blues season at this outdoor street party featuring live music from country music star Matt Stell.
I've been from Savannah to Long Beach.
and St. Louis's own Charles Glenn Group, plus appearances by blues players and alumni, food trucks, giveaways, and more. Tickets are just $20 and on sale now. Blues and Brews, presented by Bud Light, 92.3 WIL and 101 ESPN. Find out more at TMASTL.com. Man, TMA likes to talk about golf.
The guy had barely put the flag back in, and I hit my wedge.
Incessant golf chatter.
And of course, the green is protected by bunkers.
Golf, 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 golf.
We can 1-2 putt in 2 seconds, and we can move on.
And now there's more reasons for TMA to talk about golf. The PGA Tour champions are back in town at the Ascension Charity Classic, September 3rd through September 8th at Norwood Hills Country Club. It's a must-see event, and it all benefits local charities. And you could win 4 18th green hospitality tickets to the day of your choice. Friday through Sunday right here on TMA. Food and beverages are included with a perfect view of the closing hole. Enter keyword golf on your TMA mobile app or at TMASTL.com to win. And if you don't win, tickets start at just $20. And kids, military, veterans, and first responders get in free. Find out more at TMASTL.com.
Just pick it up or putt. It's stupid.
Here's Action Jackson with 3 more ways to get TMA content.
Check out listener rewards on the new TMA mobile app. Watch the show live on the TMA studio cams. Find it at TMASTL.com. Get the podcast on the TMA app. Download it now.
Thanks, Jackson. It's the Brown and Crouppen Morning After on 105.7 FM HD2.
Well, let's put our golf where our mouths are.
Now.
It's the Brown and Crouppen Morning After.
KPNT FM HD2.
Some champagne, get the Chardonnay ready high. Cause I was getting high.
Yep.
You know what happens when I get high. What happens? We gon' be partying
Think about
like
this.
2006 again. You know, yes, they knew us, we the truest red birds in our hearts. So many pennies, we should hang them from the arch. I love my birds on my chest, I love my birds on my hat. As long as that bird red, I'ma put it on my bat.
What if they played this today at Busch Stadium?
Those people that were there with me.
Right there.
Not real great music.
Bow! My source has let me know that last night the number was approximately 12,000 in the ballpark. So that was down approximately 2,000 from the night before. Might be put to the test tomorrow for the Busmans.
I went to a game, I think maybe early 90s, Busch 2, rain-out makeup game.
Oh, it was against the Pirates. It was like it was like famous.
Yeah.
So I think there were only 300 some odd people there.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Somebody hit a foul ball in the stands, and 100 people would go running through the aisles trying to get the baseball. They wouldn't let you stand in certain parts of the stadium because they were completely empty.
Is that when guys used to go topless in the bleachers?
A little later. Yeah.
Doug, I deep teased this for the Fisher Window and Door Store. 8 o'clock hour here on TMA. Fisher Window and Door Store. Now, they're a Marvin company. And you go, what? You go, what?
Huh?
That's right. That's exactly what you...
It doesn't make any sense.
The hour is brought to you by Fisher Window and Door Store, providing you with quality American-made Marvin windows and doors. Visit their showroom in Brentwood or East Alton, Illinois, or online at fisherwindow.com. It's Fisher Window and Door Store, sponsor of the 8 o'clock hour. Here you go. Millions of women are apparently into a very specific type of bedroom activity. We've had so many sex trends in the past, from BDSM escapades after 50 Shades of Grey came out, to the taboo cheaters and homewreckers trend that's been going around. That's a kink?
Taboo and homewreckers? I can't wait to lose my family. That's what it is? That's kind of,
I want to give
I'm
away
not supposed to kink shame?
half my assets and pay maintenance.
God, it's exciting. And to give the lawyer another $30,000, that's fun.
And that's what gets people off. I mean, I don't want to kink shame, but I mean, I'm surprised to hear.
That was a Dolly Madison thing, wasn't it?
Dolly Madison, Doug, wonderful baked goods.
The wife of James Madison?
Holly Madison, I'm sorry.
Holly Madison.
It was a Holly Madison.
Holly Body?
Who's Holly Madison?
Ashley
Madison. I knew it was a Madison.
Oh, we're back into that. Just get close to the name and it counts again.
But that wasn't a kink. That was just some guy started a thing. Let's cheat on your wives and nobody will find out.
And we'll hire escorts and call them available women. But this one is something that many women can get behind. According to sex expert Nicole McNichols, This kink has been around forever.
What is it?
And it has nothing to do with being touched. Now, your belief is it's going to be about spitting. Iggy's belief is that. Jackson, you think it's about pegging?
Yeah.
Mine is, I believe it's about MFFs. About to find out. Here it is, Doug.
Okay.
It's a praise kink, otherwise known as affirmation play.
What?
Just telling them how wonderful they are? Is that what it is?
That's how most guys just try to get through life.
Yeah.
McNichols explained on TikTok people who have praise kinks get turned on by their partner complimenting them during sex. Praise kink exists on a continuum, of course, because, I mean, who doesn't love being told that they're beautiful or hot or amazing in some way? Since doing the rounds online, many people are speaking about their fetish for affirmation, including data columnist Jana Hocking.
Who the hell is she?
I feel like I've heard that name. Is that New York Post?
The Daily Mail.
Okay, yeah.
In an article for the Daily Mail, Hocking admitted that it's horrendously self-centered, slightly narcissistic, and probably a bit shameless to admit to. However, she's very much on board with it, adding, it's had a whopping 60 million views on TikTok, so clearly I'm not the only one lapping it up.
Oh, she needs to stop.
Jana Hocking or McNichols?
Hocking. I've had it with
60
her.
million people read this?
This kink involves people who get off on hearing how wonderful they are. Wow, Doug.
That's not
That's something I can get on board with.
This is not a kink.
Just
They're
a
just
common
making things up
sense
now to
kind
call
of-
it a kink.
Yes, they are. Isn't
Just
that kind of a common
hey,
sense thing?
If a listener tells me, Iggy, I really love you on the show, thank you, that's my kink. Please tell me how good I am. That's not a kink. Everybody likes a compliment.
But I think it's referring to when you're having sex, like, oh, you're so massive. Boy, that feels
Well,
good.
It just feels good, but it's not a kink. Everybody wants affirmation that they're good at
Not
something.
necessarily. There's the people out there, the subs of the world, or some people like who like to be told that they're inferior.
How many people would that be exactly?
Apparently the guys who get ween ratings on OnlyFans.
Right.
Oh.
We've had Lisa Ann tell us that. Caden Cross has told us that they pay to get told that their ween is small.
Oh, gosh. There are some weirdos in this world.
Yeah, right there.
This show's so stupid.
Right
Yeah.
there. Kind of sounded a little shaming.
Yeah.
What if I'm bored in bed, I'm having sex, and I'm just bored, and I start looking at my phone? Is that a kink?
I guess it could
Guys who like looking at phones while having sex is a big kink.
Joaquin Phoenix phone.
You can just make things up.
Mm. Well, you got to come up with an article for the website. Every day they need an article.
You got to get this Hocking on there.
Yep, Jana Hocking.
Would love to rub Nutella all over the fat guy's feet and just lick it off.
Hey, come on.
Kink.
He said during sex, dumbass, and it exists on a scale. That means it's more arousing for some than others. Also, I get off from complimenting Mr. Tim. That's Brian Henshin.
Gosh.
I think Henshin's spot on there.
Henshin, you have to have sex in order to know what you're talking about.
Damn.
Wow, and wow.
Well, you're doing a great job on that program.
Oh.
Jackie boy, leave your youthful seed in my butt crack for my husband to find before we head to court.
Oh,
It's from the
okay.
self-made stay-at-home Laduma.
Stop it.
Hard pass.
Holly Body is one of my favorites, Doug. I've used her many, many times. Her scene with the whipped cream is unparalleled. It's from John Lithgow's Harry Henderson. I'm not familiar with that scene.
Is that splashing?
Good
Not
question.
necessarily, I guess.
Who are we talking about?
Holly Body.
I don't know who that is.
I don't even know who that is.
That surprises me on that, because she goes back to the early 90s.
Holly Body?
Holly Body.
She
I like the name.
She have another name? Hey, most of these girls got 5 or 6 different names.
You would think so, yeah. So their parents can't find them. Bring them back to Kansas.
Morning, Frisco Peppers here. Just tuned in and thought I heard someone mention another golf tournament there at the tail end of last segment. If so, sign me up. Never a bad time to sign up for a putt and play that you'll talk about for 3 months, get tired of in 5 months, complete in 6 months, only for Tim to forfeit yet again because he prefers his basement over the thrill of walking past kiss-ass Reynolds or mailman Kelly standing at the turn begging for his friendship and a sticker. That's from Frisco Peppers, St. Joachim and Ann Elementary Class of 63.
Gosh. That's
St.
in North
Joachim and
County,
Ann,
isn't it?
yeah. Is that still around?
I thought that was Florissant, maybe?
St. Joachim and Ann listeners call it.
They were not in our district in CYC play, I can tell you that much.
Kerner and Thompson, phone line 636-9004. TMA Schaefer Door Company sponsored the text inbox 314-881-TMA5. An email in for the Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email of the day. Jackson, we had the announcement in the Munganess St. Louis Acura, Munganess Burkhardt. Alton Toyota, 7 o'clock hour. We are introducing the first ever TMA Banty Brew, a 16-ounce canned wheat ale with orange and
coriander.
Thank you. Cross between an American wheat and a Belgian wheat. This refreshing ale is made with white wheat, ground coriander, and fresh whole oranges. Head to any Salt and Smoke location to try the TMA Banty Brew. Head to TMASTL.com to see the can and find a participating location to try it for yourself. How do you do?
Oh, I admit I am not a foodie. What exactly is coriander?
It's a spice.
Is it?
Yeah.
Where does that come from?
I don't know, but I would describe it as like a little Christmassy. Like the taste is a little Christmas. Like
Christmassy?
Like it gives like that. I don't know how to describe it.
What's it look like?
Like little peppercorns, essentially. That's what I think of it when I think of coriander.
Okay. Comes from a coriander plant? I'm crowdsourcing.
I
couldn't be sorrier.
If you were
I
like,
thought maybe you knew.
Well, if you were asking about like the Nuggets rotation, I might be able to give you an answer.
Ooh,
but I'm not,
okay.
I'm curious about it.
We talked about it like we know all these ingredients, and I'm saying I don't know the ingredient. Can anyone help me out?
I can't wait for your next live read. I'm going to ask you some question about some hard tax plan that you don't know about. Yes, it's coriander's a plant. This is what the it looks like little peppercorns.
I see.
It looks like little cocoa, and so you ground that up, and to me, it tastes a little Christmassy, which goes well with oranges.
What else tastes Christmassy to you?
Nice question.
Peppermint.
What about nog? What about nog?
Nog, peppermint, peppermint.
The
taste.
candy cane.
The smell of candles. That reminds me of Christmas.
Pine tree.
Yeah, Douglas fir.
Oh yeah, right there in the hole.
That smells like and feels like Christmassy to me. So yeah, the coriander I would say is in that category. Cinnamon.
Christmas is only 4 months away now.
Cold weather, right? Yeah, coming with it.
Yeah.
16 ounces. We used to call those tall boys. They still call them tall
no,
boys.
Tall boys.
The term tall boy I feel now is like the 24-ounce can, whereas like a 16 ounce is like a pint. That's just a pint. So that's
still a lot of beer.
I'd say it's pretty standard, 16 ounces.
Jackie's a little banty rooster today. Meow. That's
Am
from
I?
Callus Coitus.
I don't feel like I am.
Bill Reloaded says, I like to be treated like a dog and or a toilet.
For that one. Yeah. I don't know. I don't feel banty, but if I did, I'd have some banty brew. Any Salt and Smoke location.
Yeah.
Tom,
I have to try that.
I might have to get Salt and Smoke. You reminded me of the burnt end toasted ravioli.
Ooh. It's so good. It's so good. I'm such a fan of that place.
Are you?
I might have to get that tonight, though.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because you're going to the game?
I don't think I've had a chance to get to a game this year.
You haven't been to one?
No.
Plenty of tickets available.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
I think if you go online, they will pay you to take some of these tickets now.
I enjoy it. It's interesting, though. I say it's interesting. It's not. It's just the word I chose. I enjoy going to blues games. I've gone to way more blues games in the last 2 years, but I think that's because I go with my older son. And so when October rolls, I'm like, oh, go to the game. I don't know why that is, because it's not like that's easy to park.
No, but it's certainly there's more energy in the building. It's not 100 degrees outside. It's not raining. It's not cold. It's going to last about 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Yeah.
All that. They do a good job with the board and the music and everything. It's just a little easier.
It's not cold. You ever been to a game in January?
Nice.
I mean, inside, once you're there.
Okay. I think we're going to go down for the Boston College game, maybe Buffalo. Chairman, you're going to Murray State tomorrow, right?
Yep. Can't wait.
Vanderbilt.
Huh. Where are your tickets?
I am right behind the non-Rock M end zone, right behind the goalpost.
All right.
The south end zone.
Yeah.
Which they just last year completed the work on.
Mm-hmm.
This will be the second season with it, if I'm not mistaken.
Huh. How'd you score those tickets?
My dad's has let me rewind, try again. My dad's had season tickets for a while, so it's kind of our little thing. We go to a lot of the games and good seats, good times.
Nice.
Fight Tiger.
Okay. So your dad has paved the way for you, kind of like how Tim's did for his?
Pretty much.
That's correct.
Yeah.
What time is the game? 7 o'clock?
7 o'clock. Fight Tiger.
Selling in on my couch.
There you go.
Okay.
What else is new?
Well, I don't know. I'll be watching the game too, I hope.
You're taking the over?
What's the over?
Good question.
Crowdsourcing yet again.
No, that's a fair one.
They're a 47.5 point favorite.
All right.
I say the over-under's 56.
I got 57.5.
Nice, Iggy.
I would take under 47.5.
57.
I not for the over-under, but just for Mizzou.
So you like
winning
State
by
to
that
cover?
much. Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't see. I mean, maybe, but they would have to kind of unleash the playbook fully, I think, to get.
When was the last time Mizzou outscored anybody by 47? Has that happened in the last couple of years? Against any of these
damn near did against
non-conference
Tennessee.
I just do one crowdsourcing question after the next.
I do not. I mean, maybe the issue is I have no idea. Like Murray State is what they are, but I have no idea. Like if they're really bad. But Missouri's not going to risk injury on this. Gabe, I thought made a good observation. I don't know if it was on our show or on his podcast. But if you do want to get the Luther Burden Heisman campaign going, there aren't going to be a lot of SEC opponents where you can go off for like 12 catches and 200 plus yards. So, but I don't know if you want to risk anything in this.
First game, I think there'll be some plays that Mizzou could have hit for the bomb for the touchdown, but it'll be slightly off, and somebody will miss a block. They'll forget an assignment. It's hard for me to believe that they're going to beat anybody by more than 47.
I would take Murray State. But I mean, is Murray State going to be able to do that? Hell, I don't know.
No, they're on scholarship.
They
too.
all are probably on scholarship.
The last time Mizzou beat that ass to the tune of 47 or more was September 14th, 2019, when they defeated SEMO 50-0.
SEMO beat North Alabama this past weekend.
Yeah, SEMO's a little better.
You know why North Alabama's famous in recent college football history? Anybody? Nurse? What?
Isn't that where Tyreek Hill went?
No, this is probably November 2023 college football history.
They have a tornado go through there?
It's possible, but that's not what I'm...
Not what you were thinking. North Alabama.
Florida State offensive lineman missed a block against North Alabama.
Oh, that's right.
Jordan Travis was blown up, and the undefeated Florida State Seminoles were left out of the college football playoff. Think about that.
Okay.
So they are on scholarship.
Yeah. Oh, they're all on scholarship, too.
I'll say Mizzou 42-7.
I think it's fair.
I'll take Murray State and under.
I don't anticipate the starters playing in the fourth quarter.
That would be alarming.
Yeah. I think you'll see some Drew Pine.
Well, you wouldn't want them to, because a lot of those backups are going to be needed as the season rolls along. You want them to get there.
Especially with the wide receivers, rotating them in and out.
Yeah.
Mizzou will not win by 47. That's from the 407.
I don't think they will either.
I think they have the talent to win by 47. I just given the...
Correct.
Yeah. Right. With the 4...
And imagine they're scoring somewhere in the upper 40s, in the 50s range, and then you just get into does Murray State score?
Right. Yeah. I think if they were playing Texas A&M week 3, maybe it's different. But given the way the schedule works out, as Gabe talked about on our show, the sequencing, it would lead you to believe that they're not going to try to floor these guys.
You think these racers will come loaded for bear?
I saw somewhere that they have 60 new players on Murray State. So they were combing through high school huddle videos.
Did you say 60 or 16?
60 new players and coaches, I believe.
60?
And new players and coaches, I believe. So they were combing through videos from years ago, high school tape, to try to figure out, because they were having... He drinks that it was really hard to scout against these guys because they're all brand new.
Gosh. Well, maybe 47 is not enough.
Flocky the Smurf has just announced the final score, so this is kind of huge.
Oh, I'd like to hear it.
Missouri wins 52-10. He's some kind of time traveler. He's like Biff.
Yes.
Biff from Back to the Future, not the splashing fan. We will get a chance to see what Boston College is bringing to the table. That's the one that in September I'm just kind of let me see what's doing there. Let me just see how Florida State will bounce back from the Dublin disaster. They will head to Tallahassee this coming Monday. The Doug Flutie-led Eagles.
Still there in his 35th season at quarterback.
They will take them on Monday night. So we got some college football night. I mean, you got Texas A&M hosting Notre Dame on Saturday. Then their old coach, Brian Kelly, grinding on recruits, going to College Station on Sunday. And then Boston College heading to Tallahassee on Monday night. How do you do, Jack?
Yeah, I'm fine.
And then NFL. Does NFL start next week?
Yeah, not this weekend, but the following weekend.
So then that means there's an NFL game on Thursday night.
I'm
Who's
not
that? Like
I'm not in a
Chiefs and
fantasy-
Ravens?
I think so.
So this city's going to be going crazy on Thursday, September 5th.
The next Thursday night matchup.
Yeah, it's Baltimore at Kansas City, Thursday, September 5th.
Yep.
I've got to find a fantasy football league still. I'm not in one.
I'm in a bunch, and I'm like, God, I'm just lighting money on fire.
You're
'cause
not
I don't
doing
pay
one-
attention to it, and I don't really care.
The radio station used to.
Oh, we do in a
show used to
101.
have-
Are you in the 101 one?
No.
You can take my spot.
Yeah, you can have mine.
I'm consolidating leagues.
How many leagues you in?
I was in 3.
Oh.
And I'm staying in 2, although I'd rather just stay in 1.
Yeah, just one's about right.
But when you end up when you're in like 3 leagues, you're rooting against yourself, and you have bets on games. Like you're never satisfied. There's no situation where you're happy. It's just all over the place. So I'm trying to consolidate.
Mizzou football versus your number 1 tourism draw in St. Louis, the Fighting Battlehawks with Corey Schrader. Biggest sporting event ever grace your broken down riverfront. Who would win? Best Frisco Peppers.
Stop it. Schrader got cut by the 49ers.
Yeah.
Yesterday or the day before.
Yesterday. I'm hoping that some other team picks him up in this downtime here. Maybe practice squad.
Yeah.
Jackie, seat on cheeks now, bitch. I'll give you a free needlepoint belt. I can't get rid of these damn things. That's in the self-made stay-at-home Ledoux mom.
Hard pass.
I'd like a needlepoint belt.
So you going to go deliver?
SEC schools on there, yeah.
You would look good in the needlepoint.
Yeah,
you would,
sure
actually.
You often tuck in. You know, I never.
I'm a shirt tucker and a mouth breather.
Well, you know what you got to do to get one.
What?
She just told you.
Yep.
I forget already.
Seed on cheeks.
Oh.
Cut that off.
I say it with such conviction.
I know. That's what makes it work.
No, I guess I don't need the belt that bad.
I want Mizzou to do well, but I fear this will be an Erfurt latrine type season. Oh, that's a Stupiracy reference from Crestwood Coyote. Doug, they had a meeting. I believe that's the episode that's running this week on Stupiracy with me and Rizzuto. Sometime, I think, was that the 12th century?
I don't know what century it was.
And the flooring gave out, and the way that people used to vacate their bowels were latrines back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And the floor gave out, and the vast majority of the nobles in attendance at this meeting in Erfurt drowned in fecal matter.
Oh, God. Where did this happen?
Erfurt.
What's that?
I think it's in Germany.
The name
It's
of
been
the
like
town
5
is
months since I
Erfurt.
recorded the episode.
It's Erfurt.
Erfurt.
In Germany. They actually drowned.
In fecal matter. So you're as you know you're inhaling a latrine's worth and years worth of gentlemen's bowels.
Had to be gentlemen too, didn't it? Oh.
I think they had a ladies' room in Erfurt.
And ladies had chamber pots.
Correct.
They used the regular wooden toilets.
That's correct. And that was because of the proliferation of anal in 13th century Germany. Look it up. Do some show prep.
Break me off a piece of that dump.
Yeah, if you broke it up, it wouldn't be so heavy.
Ew, Mommy, go look in the toilet.
Wouldn't you say that's one of the best benefits of modern technology is the sewer systems?
You're saving this tape for 8:52.
Yeah, I know it's a little late. I wanted to save something for the middle of the show.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, isn't that just wonderful? You don't even think about things like that.
Yeah, it is nice.
And that was just a major problem for a long time in human history.
Yeah, God, I couldn't imagine. I think
I read something the other day.
Born at the right time.
If you go back to like New York City in like the 1800s, still a big city, busy city. It was all horses pooping on the streets every day, like 15 to 20 pounds per horse every day on the streets, and there were thousands of horses.
Then when they make the Irish clean it up, I bet.
They'd scoop up the poop and put that on vacant lots, and then that would draw the flies, and then the flies would spread disease. It was just, and then it would rain, and it'd get. And that's what people lived in like the most sophisticated city in the country.
But if you were into scat play, you probably wanted to move there.
Yeah, if you were a horse into scat play.
Clip that off.
I ask this question all the time about the first, but who do you think is the first person to take a dump?
Oh,
The first
that's a
person-
bad question.
It's a great
to
question.
notice,
It's
you don't
more
know
of a balloon party question.
You
but
don't know
it's a
what's
great question.
happening. You say, what just came out of me? What is that?
No one said that.
Somebody had to be the first to take a dump.
Well, do you believe in evolution?
Yeah.
Okay, then it was whatever organism crawled out
I'm
of the
talking
ocean.
about a human that knew it was taking a dump.
Well, as soon as there was a human, everyone was taking dumps.
But there had to be a first that said, you know what?
There didn't have to be a first.
What is that coming out of my butt? It had to be the first person
You think
to
animals
realize
have that thought? It just happens.
No, animals don't think.
Okay, well, I don't imagine early humans thought a whole lot either.
Well, they had to know something. They had a
They're
brain.
Well, so do animals.
Yeah, but they don't think like we do.
Well, back then, if you're going to go back, I don't know how many years, a couple 100,000, the thinking was probably pretty similar.
We like to read books and talk smart things too.
Yeah, we're not doing that now, but there's a chance we'll read a book.
Probably
at
the
some
first
point.
caveman walking around. All of a sudden, something started coming out of his butt. He had no clue. He had no way of wiping it.
But it was you're like the way you're presenting it, it's like it's an adult. So for the first 20 or 15 years of life, they just were no holes.
And like the others weren't pooping. Only one guy started it, and it became a trend.
Like prop
Not
pants.
a trend, but somebody had to not know what's going on.
Deep intellectual things are just my jam.
Dumbest comment in show history. Wortham, Travis Parish.
Wortham.
Well, it's a question.
Yeller time, Arbor Day.
I just think about things.
Stephen
like
Wilder wants to bet $5,000 on the IQ test. Chairman Kurt, how is that looking?
You know, what I'm finding is that it's difficult to align the schedules of Iggy, Mizzou sorority girl, and Maddie.
What about Little Beer Cats?
Oh, actually, he's been the most... Iggy's been great, but out of the three younger members, LBC's been the easiest to work with.
Who's been the most problematic?
Oh, we're not in doc season.
It's not doc season, Doug?
No, not yet.
Well, I said I can do it whenever, so.
Yeah, you and Beer Cats have been easy. It's the ladies.
Group.
Well, maybe it's not necessary to do them all together. Maybe you could just deliver it, and that you could be the proctor while they take the test. And then
Yeah,
turn
you're
it
going to
over
drive the
you?
one up to Columbia?
Well, can you just put them on the
I thought she was coming to St. Louis this weekend. I thought that was one of the...
She is, but she's not going to be in town till later on Friday afternoon, and I didn't want to ask people to come in late on Friday afternoon. It just... We're looking like...
3-day weekend.
You can have it in my patio, and I don't have to go anywhere.
Can they just take it themselves and send it to you? It's not like these are questions that you can look up and get an answer on the internet, right?
Well, that's not very good content.
Yeah, Doug, I'm in the content game.
Clip that off.
You're in the content game. But I mean, an IQ test isn't trivia questions that you can look up on the internet. It's thought and reasoning stuff.
Wow, Harrison's brother Master's betting $5,000 on it, too. There's a lot of money flying around now.
After the poop comment, money's going in the opposite direction.
And then you got Wes Sutterer of USA Mortgage. Back to dum-dum time. Thanks, Ken. He's not placing a bet.
Well, you can't answer my question, so it can't be that dumb.
Well, we can answer it. It's kind of complicated, but evolution and all.
All right, what do they
Creatures coming out of the water and that have always pooped.
Before there was fire, did they eat all their meat raw?
Think about that.
There's always been fire.
Think about how Tom Hanks handled things on Castaway.
Yeah.
It wasn't always fire. Somebody had to invent it.
Nobody invented fire.
Discovered it.
John did.
You think there wasn't fire and Thomas Edison created it? There's always been fire.
I'm talking about when they invented fire.
No one invented fire.
Hey, who was the first person to rub two sticks or two rocks together?
Tom Hanks.
Made fire.
There's a difference between an invention and a discovery.
All right, a discovery. Before they discovered fire, did they eat all their meat raw?
Yeah.
Probably,
They just killed a beast and started eating the flesh?
Correct.
Probably, yeah.
Tartar.
A lot of people had to die.
I'm sure
Life
they did.
expectancy was short.
That's what animals do in the wild.
We're not animals.
Yes, we are.
Well, if you believe that we evolved from animals that came from
Do you
the
ever
sea.
lick your own balls?
Clip that off.
What? No one's ever asked me that.
Play that on Balloon Party.
If we were able to, people would be doing it right this very second.
I wouldn't be here right now.
Doug, would that be autofellatio? Is that what they call that?
Oh, I'm
Autofellatio?
going to kink shame again.
Autoerotic. Like if you could contort your body, people would do it.
Somebody was telling me last night that Ron Jeremy did that back in the day.
Oh.
There's always stories about people like claiming they like removed ribs
I've
or
seen
something.
the movie he did one time.
Oh, and you would watch that movie. That's what you wanted to. That was your entertainment.
He did it out of
Kick shame.
He did it out of nowhere.
Please go to break.
that makes
Thanks,
it better.
Stephen Wildwood.
Somebody said to him, he goes, why don't you go S your own D? And he did.
Jackson and I get asked to do that a lot during Balloon Party.
I'm not that limber.
Doug, here's an opportunity for me to talk about James Carlton of the Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency. How about this? Let's see. It's kind of a Munganess read, but it's the sponsors supporting the sponsors. We have a TMA sponsorship ecosystem. And he just sent me this email at 8:45. Had a small issue I needed to tend to on my car I bought through Munganess before I headed to that monster game against Murray State tomorrow. Did not name drop the show, Tim, Jamie, etc., and I was treated like absolute royalty by Ryan and the service team. Seriously, top-notch operation over there. How about that?
We've been telling people this for years.
It really is. That's the truth. That's James Carlton talking about supporting the sponsors, Munganess St. Louis Acura, Munganess Burkhardt Alton Toyota, and we're talking about James Carlton. I get my car from Munganess, and then I get it insured by James Carlton. CarltonInsurance.net. If your insurance went up year over year, there is a good chance that James and his team can save you money. Give them a call at 314-961-4800 or go online at CarltonInsurance.net. If your insurance costs a leg and an arm, call James Carlton, State Farm. Jackson, what if I would have wager on Missouri to win by 70?
There you go. It's Circa Sportsbook. You got the Circa Sports app available in Illinois. Then you have the world's largest sportsbook right in the palm of your hand. And you're making wagers, college football, NFL, right around the corner. Still Major League Baseball going around, so you can bet on that. And then if you're heading out to Vegas, just a short time left. Maybe you're heading out there for Labor Day weekend. Maybe you're in the airport right now listening to this program, getting ready to go out to Vegas.
Wow.
Let me recommend the biggest pro football contest in Vegas, the Circa Survivor and Circa Million, with up to $16 million in guaranteed prizes. Circa Survivor contestants select one team each week with no point spread. Last the longest to win it all with $10 million guaranteed. Circa Million make 5 picks against the spread each week for your share of $6 million guaranteed. There are quarterly and full season payouts to wet your beak. You got to enter in Nevada, but you play from anywhere through a proxy. Entries close on September 7th, so you got to get out there. If you're heading out there this weekend, check it out. Circa, you go to the Stadium Swim. It's super cool. Great place to watch the first full weekend of college football up there in Las Vegas. Visit circasports.com for more details.
Mentality, a longtime sponsor here of TMA. When you feel sluggish, and it's consistent. When you've noticed you've been working out, same amount, but you're not putting on muscle like you used to, you might be noticing some belly fat. These are symptoms of low testosterone. Mentality is a local healthcare facility specifically dedicated to helping men feel and perform at their very best. So, what can you do? You get tested at Mentality. Doesn't matter what age you are, low testosterone can be an issue with any guy. So even if you've tried testosterone before, not everyone understands the blood chemistry in men's bodies. That's where Mentality can help. Go to lowtusa.com. The normal range for testosterone is large. If you've been to a doctor and they told you that you were normal without understanding the range or testing your free testosterone, it was not fully looked at. Come get checked with Mentality. Go to lowtusa.com. That's Mentality at lowtusa.com. Coming up, we have the 5P Academy and Hustle and Heart Sports Performance 9 o'clock hour, which will include the Munganess Daily Fantasy Sports Showdown and the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. Don't forget, we have a TMA app contest going on to win tickets to the Ascension Charity Classic. You can win 4 18th Green hospitality tickets the day of your choice, Friday through Sunday, right here on TMA. Food and beverages are included in this awesome prize package with a perfect view of the closing hole. Enter keyword golf on your TMA mobile app or at tmastl.com to win it. That is all available for the Ascension Charity Classic. Doug, that is a week from Friday.
Is it coming up?
Yeah, looking forward to that.
Okay, yeah.
Went out to that hospitality tent last year. Really a great place to watch some quality golf. And I think the field will be better this year. Not that it was bad last year, but you have some players who will be playing who were not playing last year because of the Ryder Cup and their commitments. So
yeah, Stricker's playing this year.
Stricker's playing?
Ernie Els is playing.
Nice.
Aaron Clark is playing.
Nice. What about Patty Eddington?
He won a couple years ago, so I'm sure he'll be here. But yeah, those are the 3 big names as of yesterday. Darren Clark, Ernie Els, and Steve Stricker have committed.
Nice. I'm looking up the field right now. I'm 2 years away from being able to play. I guess I'm 3 years away from being able to play in it.
John Daly's playing until he withdraws.
You think you can qualify, Tim? I shouldn't even ask that. I mean, how soon are you going to qualify? Should have been the question.
I shot a 77 at a par 68 yesterday. And I would think most of the guys on the PGA Tour champions would have shot around 80.
Yep.
They probably hear your footsteps coming.
And I wonder if they're like, we got to win in the next 3 years because this little Irish son of a bitch is coming.
There's not going to be any money left on the table.
I should ask Spencer Head if to put me on a caddy list. I'm sure a lot of these guys that are like 60, 65, 70, down on the money list who are still in there probably don't pay a caddy. Caddy's not going to, I don't want to, what am I going to make? $400 a week with you?
You think you can still lug a big bag around for 18
ride the
holes?
cart. Ride the cart.
Caddies get to ride carts?
Yeah, if the player wants to ride.
What if he doesn't want to ride?
Well, then I won't caddy.
Well, unbelievable news here. Looks like I have an exemption in 2027.
Have you?
Spencer just texted me. We will just let you in the field. No need to qualify.
Oh, gosh.
That's the right thing to do.
Could be the lemming move of all time.
That's the right thing to do. What if I win it? You'll eat your words.
Yeah. Would you take the money or maintain your amateur status?
That's actually a real question.
Tim's an amateur.
Who gives a rat's ass whether you're an amateur?
He's been taking
Can't play
money
in
from people
certain
for many, many years.
That's exactly how my Venmo might have to be audited.
Yeah, you can't play in certain tournaments if you're.
Oh, wow. As
Seriously.
opposed to winning a couple hundred.
Would I be able to play in the Fan
$1 million?
Page Club Championship? That would suck if I wouldn't be able to.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Always.
Ascension can give an exemption to whoever they want. They can give one to Tim if they want.
I'm sure the guys out there spending their lives to try to get on that thing would enjoy it if a 4 handicap would pop up and shoot. Wonder what I would shoot from that thing.
And they're affectionately calling you that little Irish son of a bitch?
That's correct. Yeah, in the
God,
clubhouse.
That's not friendly.
In the clubhouse they are.
Well, you'd be a bigger draw than any random pros trying to play out there.
You think there'd be a big gallery pulling for me?
Yeah.
Or against?
You draw more people than Arjan Atwell would.
There'd be some walruses out there.
Could I break 90? I think I could.
I think you can.
I think I could.
Yeah.
I think breaking 80 would probably be a tough. I don't know.
We played it last year, the day after. I feel like we played from similar.
Did we decide to play the tips? I remember we gambled with the listeners, and I think they took our measure.
They did.
Did they?
We played the tips, but I think there were certain holes where they were further back for the tournament, but most of the tees we were playing were the ones that they were playing from.
All right, I guess I'll play in the event in 2027.
I think you have a good chance to win the whole shooting match, Timmy.
Worst case, you can join John Daly out on the football field and start kicking
balls over at Lutheran North?
Yeah. Barefoot.
Are you good to run point in
I'll take care
September
of it.
27?
Put that in my dossier right now.
Yeah, see, it's going on the dossier, Doug.
You don't think the other players will
Long-term.
protest or anything?
What do they care?
Wouldn't they rather have like Ozzie Smith in the field? Or I'm sorry, Tim. I didn't mean to startle you like that. You're a bigger draw than the Wizard.
Ozzy plays in a pro-am. That's good enough.
Yeah, I think Ozzy knows, I can win it. I don't think he can. What has he ever done?
Nothing that I can remember.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Tim, top 10. Let's be realistic.
It's your
he
tournament
might be
to
right.
win or lose, I think.
Yeah, Spencer, get Iggy a job. I'm sure it'll work out great. That's from Chairman Steve in Wildwood.
I just said, see if there's any these older players who don't have a caddy are looking for caddies. And they probably ride a cart, so all I'd have to do is sit in the cart and get them a club and get them some yardage. That's basically what I do when I play.
You'd keep the cart off the green and everything, wouldn't you?
But you
damn near drove on the green last year.
You can pretty much take those carts wherever you want.
Well, not on the green.
Not close to it.
Some of them shut down if you're driving in the wrong spot.
I think Daly parked on the Fringe a couple weeks ago.
Well, that's Daly. None of the rules apply to him. He's kind of like Charles Barkley, where you just do whatever. The rules just don't apply.
Yep. God bless. That's a good analogy right there. All right, we'll close out the Fisher Window and Door Store. 8 o'clock hour. And we have the 5P Academy and Hustle and Heart Sports Performance 9 o'clock hour coming up. Send your emails in for the Design Air Heating and Cooling email today. Then Jackson and I go down the hallway. I know they're not happy. Happy. But they're going to be fine because we're going to get them ready for Murray State tomorrow night.
Yep. We'll talk
about the video of the Tiger player on horseback.
Well, we're spending
everybody.
2 segments on the uniforms.
Okay, I would think so.
That's the right thing to do.
Oval Tiger.
For the Block M.
Fight Tiger. I'll take a break, come back with more TMA. It's presented to you by Brown and Crouppen.
Look Looking for the perfect spot for your next private event? Whether it's a baby shower, bridal shower, birthday party, or business meeting, Rosalita's has you covered. Enjoy the vibrant atmosphere in one of Rosalita's 2 exclusive private rooms with a customized menu that is perfect for your upcoming event. And if you're planning a date night, don't miss the lively mariachi nights every Friday and Saturday. Plus, Rosalita's gift cards make the perfect gift for any occasion. Come celebrate at Rosalita's, where every event is a fiesta. Learn more at rosalitascantina.com.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan, and I am here with Seth Goldcamp of Design Air Heating and Cooling, and I have been a long-time Design Air client. What separates you guys from everybody else?
It's becoming more common for companies to just get their foot in the door. They try to come up with different ways to upsell. They try to see how much they can make off of a customer as opposed to, hey, we're in there to do a service. We're going to do it well. We're going to do it for a fair price.
I don't know how many emails I have received from our listeners who experienced the incredible customer service Design Air Heating and Cooling provides. It's Design Air Heating and Cooling, online at designairservice.com.
The choice of a lawyer is important and shouldn't be based on an ad.
After a serious car accident, people have 2 questions. Why me and what now? Well, no one knows why you, but I'm Terry Crouppen, and my law firm Brown & Crouppen sure can help with the what now. Car repairs, medical bills, lost wages, pain and suffering. We're Brown & Crouppen, and we've got all those answers. All you have to do is call 222-2222.
If you want a first-class, top-of-the-line, high-quality interior remodeling job, you know who I'm going to suggest. Kerner and Thompson. Known for their kitchen and bathroom remodels, Kerner and Thompson is where you go when you want your remodeling job done right the first time. Kerner and Thompson doesn't just do large remodeling jobs. They do plenty of man caves, bars, offices, pretty much anything inside your home. Check out their 10,000-square-foot showroom next to Uncle Bill's Pancake House on Manchester. Let them bring your dream remodel to reality. KernerandThompson.com.
Elevate your performance. Pure Performance is your one-stop shop for all aftermarket modifications. Known for their top quality work and outstanding customer service. It's officially Jeep and Bronco season. Pure Performance carries any accessory for your vehicle, old models to brand new. From sunshades, soft tops, trail doors, to off-road gear like bumpers and light bars, Pure Performance has you covered. Stop by the Pure Performance showroom at 3725 Harry S. Truman Boulevard in St. Charles or visit pureperformance.com. That's PURperformance.com.
Ready to step your game up to the next level? 5P Academy is the place for any high-level 8 to 18-year-old football player. Based in O'Fallon, Missouri, we have national travel, 7-on-7, and flag football teams with professional coaches. Pre-registration for our 2025 season tryouts in November is open now. Come be a part of the championship-winning 5P family. For more details, email info@5pacademy.com or call Dustin at 314-440-8457.
There's nothing more important than the look and feel of your home. So now's the time to make your home your retreat. Replace your tired old windows and doors with Marvin replacement products designed to improve comfort and efficiency. Fisher Window and Door Store, a reputable local company, will guide you through the entire replacement process. Their experts will help you make the right choice for your home, and they'll measure, design, and install your new windows and doors.
Hi, I'm Jim Fisher. Since 1941, the Fisher family has provided you with quality American-made building products, including Marvin Windows and Doors. Come visit one of our showrooms in Brentwood or East Alton, and let us help you increase the value of your home.
Bring that distinct sense of quality to every room with Marvin. Visit Fisher Window and Doors' huge newly remodeled showroom in Brentwood or Fisher Lumber in East Alton, Illinois. Quality and comfort starts at Fisher Window and Door. Online at fisherwindow.com.
Biggie's Restaurant and Bar has been a staple of the community for over 30 years and is serving your favorites like the steak sandwich, waffle fries, and so much more. It's not just the food that's rocking. With a full bar and patio, Biggie's is the perfect spot for lunch, dinner, and a little laughter. Biggie's original hours are back. Open 11 a.m. till midnight, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And 11 a.m. till 1 a.m. on Friday and Saturday. Check out the full menu at biggiesrestaurant.com and stop in today.
Stupiracy, the podcast where stupidity meets history and conspiracy.
I'm really confused. What are we doing?
With hosts Scott Rizzuto and Tim McKernan.
It's time to learn the truth.
Check out the latest episode, available now. as Riz and Tim delve into the gruesome details of the Erfurt latrine disaster of 1184.
Oh God, it's horrible.
Discover how a meeting of European nobles turned into a horrific tragedy when the floor of a church collapsed, plunging dozens into a cesspit of human waste.
Oi! Waster! Not the bathroom!
Watch or listen to the latest Stupiracy Now on Spotify, Apple, or YouTube. Presented by Evergreen Wealth Strategies. Visit evergreenstl.com or call Mark at 314-889-0503. And by Brown & Crouppen, 222-2222 or getbc.com.
Introducing the first ever TMA Banty Brew, a 16-ounce canned wheat ale with orange and coriander and an image of all 4 TMA boys across the front. The Banty Brew, a refreshing ale made with white wheat, ground coriander, and fresh whole oranges. Head to any Salt and Smoke location today to try the TMA Banty Brew. Must be 21 or older to consume or purchase. See the can at tmastl.com and find a participating location to try it for yourself. Brought to you by Charlottesville Brewery and Winery in St. Genevieve, Show Me Beverages, and Salt and Smoke. Find out more at tmastl.com. The Tim McKernan Show podcast, featuring long-form interviews with people from the world of sports, politics, and entertainment.
And our guest today, Bill McClellan. Thanks so much for coming in.
Hey, my pleasure, Tim.
What's up, Caden?
Hi, how are you?
Joe Buck, our guest today.
Man, it's like I haven't seen you in years.
More than 500 episodes and counting, and it's available wherever you get your podcasts, including the TMA STL app. Get the app now at tmastl.com. KPN-TFM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day.
I'm gay.
Now.
It's the Brown & Crouppen Morning After.
KPN-TFM HD2.
Collinsville, St. Louis.
Doug, listen to Sting.
This is not Sting. This is his song, but it's not him.
This is actually P. Diddy.
P. Diddy.
Faith Evans, the widow of Christopher Wallace. Notorious B.I.G., as you call him, Biggie Smalls, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, what a performance. Is that the 97 VMAs? Jackson's getting ready for the VMAs, so he's kind of playing some of his favorite moments from the VMAs over the years.
He died in 97, if I'm not mistaken.
So is it the 98 VMAs?
I would have to think.
I feel like I remember watching that at my place next to Flat Branch, and I lived there in 97, 98. I lived off of Paris Road in 98, 99. Remember that?
No, I don't even know what city we're talking about now.
Columbia.
Yeah.
I had some buddies live off Paris.
97 VMAs.
Of course it is. What do you think? I'm wrong?
So did he die in 96? I thought Pac died in 96.
Pac died in 96, but maybe Notorious B.I.G. was shot earlier in 97.
Yeah, March 9th, 97.
Why are these
Wow, so
guys
6
getting
months
shot?
6 months apart.
Why were
Because
they
Pac was Pac August of 96
I
or
don't
September?
know the years.
It was after a fight.
Right, that was in Vegas.
MGM Grand.
Yeah, September 96.
The Tyson fight, wasn't it?
I think it might have been. Was that Peter McNeely? Peter McNeely put up a great...
No, he didn't. He had no business being in the ring, in the squared circle.
But
he got
Zab
beaten
Judah.
pillar to post.
There's a documentary on that. Who killed Pac?
The big question.
Did they ever catch someone?
I think it was Suge Knight.
Suge Knight.
Allegedly.
Yep.
Okay.
Suge plays no games.
And why would they want him dead?
East Coast, West Coast.
Yep, it's that simple, Doug. Which coast is best?
I'm not saying anything. I don't want to get shot.
Yeah, there was a fraction between the East and the West rappers, and
So they started shooting each
Pac
other.
was the East, and then the East retaliated and took out Biggie from the West.
Pac was the West. Biggie's from the
Yeah,
East.
vice versa.
I think Bad Boy might have had something to do with it.
Puff.
Oscar De La Hoya?
Nope. Diddy.
Bad Boy
He
Records.
did he?
Who himself is dealing with some things right now. So
Oh, that's Golden Boy, sorry.
Okay.
Well, okay then.
well, there's your,
Okay,
there's your
okay,
27-year ago rap beef breakdown.
Right.
We're
We're gonna finish it off on Balloon Party, but now we're gonna do the Munganess Daily Fantasy Sports Showdown, Doug, the last one of the 2024 season.
Okay.
This is it.
All right.
Who will take home the FedEx Cup, and who will care?
Well, I'm up by more than one, aren't I?
No.
I'm talking about
I am.
who wins the actual FedEx Cup.
Oh,
Your
we don't
thing, I
care
don't
about
know.
that.
You would have lost last week because I won $20 in my game. So.
Oh, did you really? You had a big week?
Big week for me.
Who won last week?
No, we didn't play last
Keegan
week.
Bradley.
No, I'm talking about who won. Oh, yeah, Keegan Bradley. Boy, that 5-iron on number 18. Oh, holy crap.
Oh, God.
That was the best shot he ever hit.
5-iron. Okay.
I had him and Sam
Give me
Burns.
a-
And
give
I
me
had a
the
bunch
box.
of middle-of-the-pack guys.
Okay. These haven't been scattered, so I'm going to scatter it so it's completely fair and on the level. I'm not going to look.
Iggy will give the box to you.
All right. Okay. Well, Doug, what you got to do this week is, because it's staggered scoring, Scotty Scheffler starts at 10 under. So in order to fit some of these guys in your lineup, you got to go with guys that are even par, 1 under to start. So I will start with Sahith Theegala.
Theegala. Okay. Well, I'll reach in here and pull one out. Let's see what I got.
Biggie Murder was in response to Pac. East Coast, West Coast. That's from Sharon and Clayton.
Okay.
I think that's what we said, but thank you, Sharon.
Shane Lowry.
The Irish.
Yeah, Doug, you going all Irish this week?
Yeah, like really
I just randomly
Irish.
picked a name.
Not from the north. And the
well,
Troubles.
Doug.
Like Roderick?
My second player will be Shane Lowry.
Oh.
Okay.
It's going to be tough not to have a...
There's only 30 players in the field, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It took me about 3 seconds to cut the names.
Did it? Keegan Bradley.
Oh.
Keegs, wow. Went from 50th, barely getting into the field in Denver, and then now mounting a Sunday charge as the Ryder Cup captain. And maybe we can see some of that emotion that he will attempt to utilize in the Ryder Cup this past weekend as he mounted his
He'll have
charge.
to pick himself. Doug, let me give you a stat. Since you picked Keegan. 12 of the 16 years that the FedEx Cup has been around, a player has won multiple FedEx tournaments.
Nice stat.
So Keegan or Hideki.
Okay. So who are you picking?
I'm going with Tommy Fleetwood.
Okay. Tommy Fleetwood. Fleetwood. Okay. Let's see what I can get here.
Ding, ding, ding,
Get a
ding.
good one. Oh, just one. Okay. Tom Hoagie.
Well, he'll be starting at even. It
Good
really,
value.
it really is a stupid format.
Well, I'm sorry.
Scotty
That's just who I
Scheffler's
picked.
no, Scotty Scheffler's right. It's not the race for the FedEx Cup. The race is over. You basically one tournament. I'm going with Adam Scott, who
Oh,
played
are
well
you?
last week. Probably should have won last week if he
Adam
could putt.
Scott. Okay. Well, let's see. 2. Oh, Scotty Scheffler.
How about that, Iggy? It's going to be tough.
Well, he's not going to win, so.
How do you know?
Because he likes X-Man.
Yeah, the way he played last week.
Okay. Well, that's
And Doug, a guy has had probably the best year in a while without winning a tournament.
Who?
I'm going to go with Colin Morikawa.
Okay. Morikawa. Okay.
When I saw Keegs at the Grove for his son's birthday party last year, I gave him some pointers. Happy to see it's paying off. It's from Chairman Stephen Wildwood.
Okay.
Holy crap.
Yeah, well.
Tommy Fleetwood.
Tommy Fleet. Is this his time to get his first stateside win?
I don't know.
So right now we're going to be 4 for 4. We're basically playing a 4-person tournament here, Doug.
Okay.
And I'm going with Xander Schauffele.
Xander Schauffele.
Talk to me
Okay.
so you can see what's going on.
Okay. Pulling a name out. Matthew Pavon.
He'll fit.
Well, he started 2024 with a surprising win. Can he finish 2024?
I don't.
All right. Lineups are in.
Okay.
Munganast, Daily Fantasy Sports Showdown, StLouisAcura.com, AltonToyota.com. Jamie Burkhardt, I've decided you might be the greatest person ever to live.
Yeah, he's right up there with,
Mount
Abe
Rushmore.
Lincoln and Gandhi and
Texting with Jamie yesterday. He's a gold sponsor for the Mega Meyer Foundation Golf Tournament, which means he gets to force him into the tournament. He donated the foursome back because we were sold out, and we just sold that spot. So he made us another $650 just by donating.
Just another example,
kind of
Doug.
the way he rolls. Yeah.
Keegs plays at the Die, not the Grove. It's from the 314.
Plays at the Die, not the Grove. 314.
I would assume Keegs plays Grove all the time. He's a Jordan Brand athlete.
Yeah, maybe he lives on the East Coast. Yeah, maybe he lives in Florida. I don't know.
He rarely lives in Florida. He's always gambling with Jordan.
Really?
Yeah. So he is a Grove guy.
He's been wearing Jordans on the golf course before. Wearing Jordans on the golf course is cool.
He has long levers.
Sits real low in his golf stance. I like Keegan Brown. He's a prime example of someone I knew nothing about, but watched. He did some with Bob Does Sports, my favorite YouTube golf channel, like a whole hour-long 18-hole match, and I learned a ton about him, and I really like him now. Like, I think all players should be doing stuff like that. I think it's a great thing.
Okay, that's special.
Hey, Tim, the A's need one more win to hit their season total over. Thanks for the play. You're the best. That's from the 314.
The A's have got a few players.
My bet, I think it's at 58.5. I think I need 2 more. But they're at 57, so I like where I am. However, I took some of those winnings that I thought was coming my way. Was coming my way. Some of those winnings. Some some were.
It hasn't happened
It's the
yet.
winnings that are coming your way.
But some is the subject. Of the winnings is the prepositional phrase. So is some plural or is some singular?
Oh, gosh.
St. Gabriel's. That's why it's so tough. Yeah. Anyway, on the Pirates to win the National League and win the World Series, Cardinals to win the National League and win the World Series, and the Pirates, I think, have mathematically eliminated. I think the Cardinals are trending that direction. So therefore, this season-long sweat, I've taken 40% of the winnings and just up in flames, gone.
Well, you'd have more money if you get your St. Louis City earnings tax refund.
Oh, Bill.
Time's running out to claim your St. Louis City earnings tax refund. You need to get in touch with Mark Milton. He'll take care of you, Milty. If you lived outside the city but had city earnings tax withheld for the tax years 2020 to 2023, you may be eligible for a refund for teleworking days. STL tax lawyer Mark Milton is filing refund claims for people like you and me. I already did mine. I already got my check back. You'd probably like a fat check yourself. You can do it, or you can do it like I did and hire Milty to file your earnings tax refund claim for you. Make sure it's done right. I didn't need the hassle. You probably don't either. Now, for his efforts, Milty does like to wet his beak just a little. He's charging a flat fee of 15% of your total anticipated refund amount. But he does all the work. You just get the check. You just need to visit stltaxlawyer.com to get started, but you need to act now. The deadline's coming up. It's September 30. Remember, if you don't ask for a refund, you're not going to get a refund.
Yeah.
File your refund claim today with STL Tax Lawyer Mark Milton by visiting stltaxlawyer.com. The choice of attorney is an important decision and should not be based solely on adverts.
The choice of going to Ted Drew's shouldn't be a decision, Doug. You should just do it. And you got a perfect weekend, this 3-day weekend, to go enjoy some Ted Drew's. I think I might have to do it.
What's a good idea to do it? Yeah.
You go to Biggie's, pick up some food, then go to Ted Drew's, get the dry ice for the 12-minute drive back home.
Well, why, as I understand it, why you go to Biggie's, you sit in the parking lot and watch other people come out with their food? You do that for an hour or so?
That's a hobby.
You eat at Biggie's, go to Ted Drew's, get your Sunda. You drive
Don't
back
say Sunda.
That's right.
Don't.
And then you enjoy the Sunda
while watching
people get their carry-out.
Offering bites.
Yep. The Chippewa location is open. The Grand location is closed for the season. 95 years, 4 generations of family serving St. Louisans that famous frozen custard. That's family-owned and operated, Ted Drew's. And the motto is simple. It's all about service. Our business is service. They are committed to providing exceptional service and a warm, welcoming atmosphere. If you go to Ted Drew's and you haven't been there, and especially this weekend, weather does look like it's going to be choice for a 3-day weekend, and you see the long lines, you might go, oh, I don't know, do we want to do this? Yes, you do, because the lines are going to fly because of that service. Whether it be City Red, Cardinal Sin, the Blue Note, the Tiramisu, the All Shook Up, the Twisted Caramel, those are all options, and along with you building your own concrete or
Sunday.
It's Ted Drew's frozen custard. It really is good, guys and gals. And then there's the gift shop right across the street. It's on the same side of the street at Chippewa. That's the south side of Chippewa, right?
Yeah.
And it's to the east of Ted Drew's.
How would you get Sunda out of S-U-N-D-A-E?
He did it right.
D-A-E. You're going to say that's duh? It isn't.
Just a down-home country way of saying it. Oh, that was Sunday.
Well, don't say it. Sunday.
The E is silent.
It would still be Sunday.
No.
If you're doing a long A, yeah.
I'm not doing a long A.
Why not?
I'm doing a short A.
Why do you hate long A's?
I just like saying Sunday.
Let the tripping commence.
That's just not right. It just isn't.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Oh.
Keegs lives in Jupiter. Dye Preserve is where most of those guys play. The Grove isn't that great. It's an old orchard, hence the name. It's from the 314.
Oh.
I don't know who this is a response to, but it's our listener of the year. His name's Steve. He lives in Wildwood and Ballpark Village.
Well, just because a plot of
And he
land used
says-
to be an orchard doesn't mean it can't be a great golf course.
He says, F off. I saw him at the Grove. What do you know, you a-hole? That's Chairman Stephen Wild. I don't know what...
They just let you get in the parking lot?
No, I don't know what's going on anymore. I know the listeners aren't happy, though. That's what I know.
No. Panther National is that new course down there.
Panther National is off. Is that off North Lake?
I don't know where it is.
That's a little south.
Looks unbelievable.
That's the Jack Nicklaus, Justin Thomas course. And that was being built when I was leaving in 2021. And it's just to the west of the public course, which is a ridiculously nice course where Wellington would give me lessons.
Is it open?
Panther National? Yeah. It opened last year.
Looks so good. Oh, my God.
I think it's Nicholas's last private course, and I think Normandy is his last public redesign, I believe.
God, it's amazing you could just take a plot of land and within 2 years turn it into a beautiful golf course.
Well, how much longer would you think it would take?
Depending on how much
2 years
dirt
is
you
a
got to
long
move,
time.
and then you got to grow the grasses and get the greens perfect. And
The plus side of Florida is it's really flat. South Florida is so flat.
Gets a lot of rain.
Right, that you're not dealing with a lot of
sunshine. No winter.
slopes. Yeah.
No winter, a lot of sunshine, a lot of rain. If you can't come up with a golf course out of that combination, you should look for another line of work.
I saw Keegs 2 weeks ago at the golf club at Wentzville. He was drinking a Busch Light and had a hot dog at the turn, Al Dadeville.
Oh,
Grease missile.
That sounds more like
Grease missile? Is that what those are called?
People are calling dogs these days.
I didn't know that.
Has anybody been to Normandy lately to see how that's coming?
I haven't driven past it in a while.
no, I think they're kind of keeping that quiet.
Well, you couldn't keep it quiet if anyone drove by and just
Well,
looked
you can
at it.
drive by. It doesn't look any different than it did before they started. I mean, you could
So
drive
they're
by
not-
and see
they're
all
not making progress?
all the woods that they've knocked down.
Oh, I saw that months ago.
Yeah, that's about all you can see from
That's all they've done?
drive by. That's about all you're going to see. You're not going to be able to see inside the course what they've done, filled in ponds and things like that. You're not going to see that.
Okay.
Ooh, I'm a little raw this morning.
I just like to see it. I like to see how it's coming.
Yeah, I would too. I'd like to see if they've done anything with the car pass, if they worked on the bunkers.
Why don't you send a drone out there to get some video footage?
I mean, I'm sure I could just park and go in there and walk around. They're not
Yeah.
going to kick me out, but
No.
I mean, they had a mild winter, so I'm sure they could have worked through the winter.
They might kick you out if it's a construction zone.
Well, they know me.
The construction people aren't going to know you.
They're probably listening to the show right now.
They're not.
Call
You
in,
don't know.
big construction workers.
Yeah, you don't know that, Doug.
I just think you're in the hands of big construction.
Yeah, it does sound like a big construction take.
I don't think they want to say anything. So even if I went and saw it, I don't think they would want me coming back on the air and reporting what's going on at Normandy.
Why not? Why would you care? You want to drum up interest in the place, don't
I
you?
don't know why they care, but I don't think they. That's why you haven't heard anything. Nobody from
Well, you wouldn't hear it unless
Tommy
somebody
O'Toole or anybody's come out and said, "Hey, let's give us a progress report."
unless somebody reported it. You wouldn't hear it.
Well, I think if they want us to say something, Smitty or somebody would reach out. Mikey.
Okay, gaslight girl boss gatekeep.
Yeah. Okay.
Ooh, somebody just weed
Yeah.
next to us.
That might have been a double flush.
That's brought to you by Schaefer Door Company. Also the sponsor of the text inbox, 314-881-TMA5. We're about 20 minutes away from the Design Air Heating and Cooling email today, the morning after at InsideSTL.com. And then that means we're about 30 minutes away from Balloon Party. Jackson, what do we got going on today? It's a Wednesday. This is kind of the one.
Yeah, I've retitled Wide Berth Wednesday to Wide Burke Wednesday. And so we're having
so good.
Wide Burke Wednesday today. Yep.
So anything goes today.
Yep.
Yeah, it'll be Cardinal
Snatch
focus.
grabs.
Cardinal focus, a little bit of Mizzou talk in there. Some big picture topics.
Sounds like this show could go up the rails.
We'll do our best to keep it on the rails, self-contained stories.
Yeah.
But you never know. Things could branch out. That's the benefit of a wide Burke Wednesday.
Do you like
Anything can happen.
Eyes Wide Berth?
Eyes wide berth.
Eyes wide shut, eyes wide berth.
Shut and berth don't rhyme. That's kind of where our disconnect is there.
No, well, good story nonetheless.
I see what you're saying. Wide berth. Got
Yeah.
it. Eyes wide berth Wednesday. Shut. Yeah, I know. There's something there.
Yeah.
And I did do a Kubrick movie yesterday with Full Metal Jackson, so that would be nice consistency.
It would be.
On his last film.
Mm-hmm.
Is that your favorite movie ever, Doug? Eyes Wide Shut?
I don't believe I saw it. So it wouldn't be
Other
my
than
favorite
her,
movie ever.
other than her butt and her boobs, it was just a terrible movie.
Talking about Nicole Kidman?
Yeah.
It's not for everybody.
Didn't see it.
It's a little weird.
Mm.
But it's interesting.
Okay.
As most Kubrick movies are.
Well, good or bad on
Good.
goodorbad.com.
Eyes Wide Shut's good. Okay. It's not my favorite of his films, but I like The Shining.
Fidelio is what you would say to get in.
Yeah, I like The Shining by Kubrick.
When you go to sex parties, do you prefer to wear a mask?
Oh, a bag over my head usually.
like the mask or the bag, I suppose, could theoretically help me. The issue is I can't hide my height. Even with these lifts, take a look at these lifts. Even with these lifts.
Well, could you go as like a jockey?
If people are into that, but would you kink shame if like a woman was into that or a guy?
No, you wear your silks and everything. Have a
Is
whip.
that what those are called?
Yep.
Silks? And then I bring the whip, so then the BDSM's in play.
Yeah, little jockey hat. Yeah, it'd be cute.
I think it's more for hiding your identity or for ugly guys to have a shot.
Certainly in Eyes Wide Shut, it's for the former.
In both Eyes Wide Shut and some occasional, I think it was Belladonna, and they would wear masks. And she also did the furry thing. And her name was Michelle, right?
I don't know her name.
Like, I don't like the masks.
Yeah, in Eyes Wide Shut, they're not hot. The masks are not hot. They're like that.
Now, I don't want to kink shame. If you like masks, I want to support you and I want to empower you.
Yeah, but it's like Victorian era masks. Like,
If you're not shaming furries, you don't have much of a shame game.
Clip that off.
But like, why would you stop people from, enjoying themselves? Not
Because
hurting anybody.
they're really weird. Really, really weird.
That's your opinion.
Doesn't.
Power to Furries took care of the Metropolitans again today.
Yeah, they're everywhere too.
Some people really gets them going.
How could it possibly get them going?
We'll have to bring a furry on.
Want to do that at a balloon party? You want to do that here?
Is Fred Bird a furry? Is Louie a furry?
No, not. Well, I don't know if they're.
That's all it is. It's just a costume.
Right. But they're not. They're doing it for work. They're not doing it for sexual pleasure.
How could it possibly be for sexual pleasure?
I don't know. Some people, that's how they get going. You're asking me. I don't know, man. I know it's how the brain works. Some things get people going.
You could be ugly, skinny, fat, muffin top. Wouldn't matter. You put a furry on, everybody's the same.
Yeah.
Think about that.
There's a message in equality.
But at some point, the stuff's all got to come off, right?
No, you just have a little opening in the private areas.
Oh.
Holes.
I'm not sure it would work through a big costume.
Seems like you're looking to test it out.
I'm not.
I have no holes.
Oh, yeah.
This is Doug.
Okay, Jackie.
She loved you and she loved Proud Joe.
I hope she's still around. We haven't heard from her for years.
You've always theorized that whole thing probably caught up with her.
I would think it would just in a couple of days. Wouldn't it? If the poison backs up inside?
Well, you know what I was saying, don't you, Doug?
I like the way she talked.
She liked Joe. She was sweet on Joe.
She was. And I think Sam Bradford, too.
Yeah, she liked Sam.
She brought poems to the table before Biff did.
Yeah.
I like Sam Bradford. He's kind of hot.
Yeah, there it is. I'm glad to say I can remember that.
Isn't a mouth a hole?
Flip that off.
Yep.
I mean, she's talking, so you got to have at least one hole.
Yeah, look at that. We just blew up her whole case.
Yeah.
No further questions.
And breathing, you'd think she'd had a pair of nostrils.
I posted a picture on Facebook about a glory hole.
Oh. many holes does a human have?
Depends on
2, 3,
many
4,
piercings
5,
you have.
6, 7? 7 holes per person?
You're missing the nipples.
Those aren't holes.
There are holes out on the nipples.
I beg your pardon?
Is this the nipples have holes in them?
Prove it.
They're pretty small.
Your nipples have holes?
All nipples have holes.
You consider an ear a hole?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so 4, 5, 7.
7, I think, is the number.
What about the 2 nipple holes?
We're not counting nipple holes.
Unless you got shot.
What do you mean?
I mean, you can secrete out of anything, I guess.
You can.
But they're not holes.
I'm looking at mine right now. I don't see a hole.
Yeah, there's no hole there.
Well, but like women breastfeed, how do you think?
That's true. I didn't think of that.
You know?
Well, that's...
But the reason
that's like a secretion, isn't it?
Yeah, but there's a hole there. You gotta have.
When you sweat, it doesn't mean you have holes all over your body.
You have your pores, yeah. So I guess we're not
counting pores.
All right, then
as
we can't count the
holes.
nipple holes. I guess. Jeez.
No.
Don't forget your urethra.
Think about that part.
That's part of your butt. That counts as that
Your
hole.
urethra is part of your butt.
Part of your butt.
That's correct.
The
It
number
absolutely
is 7.
I'm a little nervous for him this IQ test, brother.
Maybe I will come in Friday afternoon.
Is that going to be in the IQ test?
I hope not, for your sake.
I might sneak a whole question in there.
Yeah.
Well, you can't make these up.
Round.
You can't make these questions up.
I'm
They
the
gotta come
proctor. I
from
can do whatever I
someplace.
want.
He's the chairman.
Name that hole.
Oh, 7. The number is 7. Okay, I never really thought about that before. It's important that we got around to it now. I guess.
Starfish kisses.
Oh, hello, Plowsy. I haven't talked to Plowsy since he left.
Let's text him, see if he wants to call in and give a Cardinal take.
He doesn't answer text.
He doesn't answer text?
He's ghosting us?
He's been ghosting me lately.
Really?
I texted him last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to be ghosted.
Balls
by
in your
Plowsy.
court, Chairman.
I guess I'll see myself out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's no good.
He's been busy as a hornet, I assume, with that damn house he's moved into.
Where is his house?
I don't know. And if I did, I probably wouldn't dox him.
I just wondered the general area.
South City.
Oh, is it?
Is that right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, good for him. Happy for him in Madison. Lovely people.
Yeah.
That trip to Jamaica, Plowhawk he was cracking me up.
What did he do?
He's just a funny guy.
That was a fun trip.
It was a fun trip. Very fun trip. Fun guy. I loved Plowhawk. Yeah. I wish him nothing but the best.
Mm-hmm. He was our little plowboy. Peoria plowboy.
I will go there shirtless, hang out by the pool, be that white 120-pound twink that everybody wants at the pool.
Mm-hmm. With very long nipple hair. Very long.
That was a segment.
Jealous,
playing.
Raby?
That was a segment playing this morning when I came in. He was boasting about being a double diamond Six Flags member.
Yep. He said that segment is him talking about there was like a coffin challenge at Six Flags so he can last the longest in the coffin.
Mm-hmm.
And he was saying that he would just play a bunch of gay porn on his phone and make all the other contestants uncomfortable so they would leave. He said he could get out of there by the afternoon.
I guess. Not a bad strategy. I think I could lie there in a coffin indefinitely.
Because you're an Olympic caliber sleeper?
It just wouldn't bother me.
What if
Just
it's
go to
closed?
sleep.
What if it's closed?
Yeah, that was
Wouldn't
the
bother
question
me.
asked on the program.
Wouldn't bother me.
Really?
As long as I could breathe.
Yeah. It'd be pretty dark.
Yeah. Well, I like it dark when I sleep.
What about your CPAP? It's going to be tough to get in there.
There's got to be an electrical outlet.
Yeah. Was that one of the
Can we
questions?
drill a hole
Can we
in
bring
this
a
coffin so I
can
can
we
get
bring
the
a
tubes
CPAC?
through here?
At that point, you might not. You shouldn't probably be in any coffin challenges. You have to bring your CPAP.
Well, it would
on.
actually help breathe.
Yeah, it's true. So if there wasn't air in there,
It might give me an unfair advantage.
Well, the unfair advantage would be some of the women may sneak in a vibrating butt plug,
What?
lay there for 30 hours and enjoy themselves. They wouldn't care to get up.
Oh, God, that's creepy.
No, my vibrator.
you have to factor that in.
Did they actually have that competition? Or
I
was
don't
that
know.
just something-
Plowhawk definitely didn't do it, but I don't know if they ended up actually having it.
Okay.
But that was the segment I played right before. It's one of my favorite segments because Plowsy's just cracking me up the whole time. He's talking about all the waiver wire pickups he can make in fantasy baseball while he's in the coffin.
Well, you're limited to like 7 a week.
He'd hammer all 7.
I had the Camp Thruple draft over the weekend.
The
Now, what is
fantasy
that?
football draft?
Yeah, I joined Camp Thruple's Fantasy Football League.
Oh. Who'd you get?
Tyreek.
All right. That's the first round pick. I've got to get in the league. I'm not in the league this year.
What about the drug league?
I don't want to be in the drug league. Could be mass arrest before the season's over.
Iggy, weren't you in the drug league? Like no one paid?
Yeah, I was. I won and 2 people paid out of 14. Lousy didn't even pay. It was his league.
The drug.
Well, once you see you're not going to win it all, you lose your
That's why you got to pay
motivation
before the
to
season.
pay.
You got to pay before the season.
Yeah.
And so there's fantasy commissioners out there everywhere right now begging people to pay them because they know once the season starts 6 weeks in and their team stinks, they're unlikely to pay.
Well, usually if you do it online, and that's about where all these leagues are, don't you have to pay before you can activate it or something?
Nope, not necessarily. No, I mean, although like the Yahoo, ESPN, NFL, or any other fantasy platform doesn't make you pay.
Doug, they're not happy with the show right now.
Well,
Too Fat to Kayak says the freestyle section of the show leading up to email of the day. Riveting stuff.
Okay, well.
Read this dumbass text.
Hey, come on.
Well, we talked about 3 or 4 things. Which one of them was boring?
We just
Or were
kicked
they
it
all boring?
around.
I'm sorry, I was texting. It checked out for a couple of minutes. I mean, I don't know. I heard the Bills song and it makes me happy.
Yeah, I thought we were bringing heat. What do you want from us?
Cutting edge
What we got?
opinions.
Nothing should ever surprise you.
No. No.
Doug was counting holes.
Yeah, we got 7 and stop.
I disagree with you, but that's okay. And then
Because you think a pore is a hole.
I wouldn't consider the nipple hole poor.
Well, that's my fault. We were talking about Plowsy, that, some people haven't heard from him since he quit or fired. Or, I'm sorry, he left for another job.
Third time's the charm.
There you go. Get that going now. Probably got fired.
No, he never got fired. He had a better opportunity for more money, and he's got a wife. He just bought a house, so good for him. But I said that, speaking of Plowsy, they were playing a segment this morning about he was bragging about being a double diamond Six Flags member and then talking about coffins, and that's how we got on that topic.
Too Fat to Kayak, there it is.
Yeah, it's a little breadcrumb trail.
Yeah. Hansel and Gretel?
Right. And you guys all went to Six Flags this summer.
I've been 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
I haven't been.
Just last weekend.
I
haven't
2
been
weekends
since
ago.
I got banned.
You got banned from Six Flags?
Many, many years ago. Well, I got kicked out.
Okay, let's hear it.
No, it was raining, so I didn't have any money, so I went to the gift shop and I stole us all 3 T-shirts to wear in the dry out, and we got caught. And I also bought
You got caught shoplifting.
Stole a rubber snake, and then we went to the log flume. That thing goes underground. I threw a rubber snake in somebody's boat.
How'd that go over?
They kicked us out.
Well, you had it coming.
Yeah, I did.
You're lucky you didn't get arrested.
Well, we were kids. I really believe that's the last time I was there.
Did they tell you don't ever come back?
Not in so many words, but I think that's what they were implying.
How old were you
They
when
wouldn't
you
have
did
remembered me.
How old were you?
Like 16, 15, something like that.
Old enough to know better.
So, over 50 years, I haven't been back to Six Flags.
You show them.
How long they been around?
I think that opened maybe late 60s, early 70s.
Ooh, Mike Schultz on the opening drive. Yeah, wonder what he'll say. They've never really aired out what took place,
No, it's a big secret.
Philosophical differences.
Mm-hmm.
It was early theorized as something about Paul DeYoung, if I'm not mistaken. That was what people were speculating. No one knows for sure, but
It had to be bigger than that.
maybe. I don't know.
If you're a manager, you're not going to lose your job over Paul DeYoung, are you?
Shouldn't, but if you were trying to look for a shortstop and they're like, no, we have Paul DeYoung, and you're like, well, do we?
They could have just lied to Schultz and say, yeah, we're going to do everything you want to do. I mean, he lied to Arenado, so we're going to go make this team better, and did nothing.
They got Sean Armstrong.
For a little while. Couldn't hang on to him.
Burke, remember when we went to Fright Fest a couple years ago for my birthday and you thought a monster in the haunted house fingered your butt? It wasn't the monster, it was me. That's from Sweet Sweet Kai.
We did go to Fright Fest.
And he fingered you?
I don't remember any digits entering me, but it's all a blur. After that, I was like, the haunted house thing, I'm pretty good. I don't think I need to do that anymore.
They frightened you, did they?
And I'm gonna just gonna preface. I don't know that these people are, but a hill person coming out from behind of some sort of shed inside of these warehouses and like trying to scare you really hard. Not into it. Not into it at all.
Because you are scared.
So what if it were somebody from like Ladue or Burroughs or MICDS? You'd be fine with it because I noticed you said it was a hill person who tried to scare you.
So like a zombie and an ascot. If they came after
If they scared you by saying something like country club dues are going up. Ah!
Assessments. Yeah, right. Green is punched. Like that
would be it.
Capital gains tax.
Right.
Yeah.
That would scare me, but
we're going to charge for parking in Frontenac Plaza.
Yeah, right. That would scare me.
Sure.
But just the, again, likely hill person.
Yeah.
Likely hill person.
Well, I don't want. Maybe some people are really into it. I know there's some people out there who love horror movies and everything scary makes them feel alive, and if that's you, God bless. But not for me. The haunted house thing. Now riding the rides at night at Six Flags, awesome. In the fall air, incredible. Yeah, like Screaming Eagle at night is so much fun.
Oh, is it?
Big fan.
Sharon in Clayton has breaking news.
What is it?
The scuttlebutt is Schilt was negligent of mistreatment of staff. I have that on good authority. Sharon in Clayton.
Negligent of mistreatment of staff? Like he was mistreating staff, or
Sharon, you'll have to call in.
the staff was being mistreated and he didn't know about it or do anything about it?
9004 TMA Kerner and Thompson phone lines.
No.
Huh.
9 o'clock hour brought to you by 5P Academy and Hustle and Heart Sports Performance. It's the 9 o'clock hour. Get involved on the program. And we'll have the design, air, heating, and cooling email there. And Jackson and I will go down the hallway and we'll just deal with it. I want to hear that Mike Schilt interview. It'll be good. Hey, elevate your performance. Pure Performance, your one-stop shop for all aftermarket modifications. And they're known for their top quality work and outstanding customer service. Come visit the showroom and talk with the folks at Pure Performance in St. Charles. From lift kits to tires to window tinting and everything in between, Pure Performance is the only stop you will need to make for your interior or exterior aftermarket vehicle needs. Your car is a huge investment, usually second only behind your home. You need to make sure that anyone that works on your vehicle treats it with the same respect and care that you do. You can trust Pure Performance to do just that. Stop by the Pure Performance showroom today, located at 3725 Harry S. Truman Boulevard in St. Charles, or visit pureperformance.com. That's PURperformance.com. Pure Performance. Ask for Shelby at Pure Performance. Sharon in Clayton is on the line. Doug, she's going to give us her.
I think she hung up.
No. Well, she seemed to have inside intel.
Yeah, we're gonna break a story here.
No.
She says, "Yes, I'm still here."
Oh, she's still there. Jackson, put her on.
There's nobody on the phone.
Kurt, she's not there.
Is Sharon in Clayton a burner for John Mardukas, or who's the other guy? Johnny John? I thought it was some guy who
Johnny
says
Cakes.
Johnny Cakes.
Ass clown. No, I don't think so. But
So
I think
it's
she meant she
someone
was
else.
still here, as in she's still listening to our dumbasses.
Oh.
If I had to guess.
Or he.
Yeah, because at 9:38 she said, "All right, I'm out."
Well, she's still here, though.
She's a liar.
Back, she didn't call.
What a shock. Somebody says they're out and they're still listening.
No, she says, yes, Schilt was mistreating. Doug, I just don't like it when it's spelled with a C.
Yeah, but it's so natural to do.
Schilt was mistreating staff. My source is a good one. And then she says, just saying.
Okay.
Well, didn't Mosaic offer him a contract? And he turned it down?
I don't know about that.
I believe Schilt thought they were having their call or meeting for his contract extension, and then it was at that meeting where he was whacked. It's kind of like Joe Pesci showing up to Goodfellas thinking he was going to get made.
Got it right in the back of the head.
I was going with Andrew Garfield and Social Network.
Yeah.
How much were his shares diluted? 0.
Schilt doesn't seem like the kind of guy that would mistreat anybody.
It would surprise me.
Unless
But we don't.
different
we don't
personality behind the scenes as to what we see.
What do you got against Linda? Or Sharon?
Nothing. I've met Sharon.
Linda was the b-hole.
That's right.
I've met Sharon at blues games. Very attractive.
This Sharon in Clayton?
Yes.
Oh.
So this is a real person?
Oh, yeah, I met her. She and her husband are blues season ticket holders. They've come and said hi to me a couple of times when I've been at the games.
I think she might have migrated over to us.
Oh, really?
Semi-recently, when 590 went down.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't call. That's a lie. And yes, Jackson is correct. I'm definitely a woman. Sharon.
It's nice that when a woman texts into the show, they have to be adamant that they actually are a woman.
Yeah.
And it's
Doug just said you're
still
hot,
we're
so.
dubious.
Yeah.
We're going to want some kind of test to make sure.
Well, I believe Doug. He said you were hot, so.
Well, I didn't say she was hot. I said she's a very attractive woman. I've met her and her husband a couple times at Blues games.
Hey, Sharon, how do you feel about your feet? Al, Dadeville.
Oh, here we go. Shouldn't have said anything. Yeah, it's a guy. It's just a guy claiming to be Sharon.
How's she look?
Doug, it's time for the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. And Young.
I'm ready.
Well, I'm watching Hard Knocks. Tim, did you hear that? Hard Knocks on HBO. Tim! Oh, sorry, you're doing a live read. Anyways, yep, me, good old Kenny Stroh, taking a break from the Spanish soaps to tune into some classic American cinema. Okay, you can finish your live read now. I'm going to go grab a coffee and take a smoke. Thanks. That's from number one Asian intern Brian Henshin, a.k.a. ASMR Emma. No, James, Jamie, no, Steve, Darnell Madison. Yeah, ASMR Darnell Ashton Madison. And it'll swing by my YouTube page for a special whisper rendition of the Mizzou uniform video. I know there's no vocals, but there will be lots of ambient sounds. Clip, clop, click, clack. Premium subs get early access to the repurposed footage of me in that barn. We at the Indianapolis Star are using it to announce if the roof at Lucas Oil will be open tomorrow.
Brian Henshin.
Earlier in the show, he called you Ken Mucciolini. I thought that was really funny.
And Young, I enjoy it when the Strode Man interrupts the conversation for his personal voice memos. Thanks. So number one, I should reach out to Jim Bob and see if he'll let me caddy for some poor has-been on the Champions Tour. I'll struggle to do the bare minimum, but hey, anything for that sweet, sweet attention. Hey, Tim, I'm watching Hard Knocks. That's what Brian mentioned. What's the deal with the Hard Knocks?
God, I mentioned it once. We were talking about football.
Holding pattern at 3 email of the day wins this month. The way I figure it, that's no hill for a climber. So imagine my horror when I was sabotaged yesterday. Chairman Kurt did a phenomenal job reading my email, but he's not Tim. Nobody is. No. Somebody locked up Tim's access to the emails. With the fact that I have given a handy to 3 of the 4 guys in the dais, looks like somebody was hopping mad. He's the odd man out. The heck am I going to do? Get mad and quit listening and miss hard-hitting questions like who was the first person to take a poop? Embellish a Butchie story? Oh, hella no, because Butchie stories need no embellishment. Like that one time I looked over and Butchie was dancing the chocolate cha-cha inside my buddy Marvin's dad at the Halloween party. Don't you have a problem when Halloween is spelled H-O-L-O?
I do. I have a lot of issues with that.
Just when Mr. Morrison was flipping and flopping around uncountably, Butchie pulled out, flipped him over, and covered his scream mask face with his penis pudding.
Jesus.
Doug, that's Ben, and then his last name's Gurglin.
Ben Gurgleen.
Morning, boys. Tim, if you say take Murray State in the points, that's what I'm going to do. Going to take the wife's car payment, slap it down, and when I win, I'll take you to a fine lunch at Twin Peaks so we can enjoy some Budweisers and check out the young gals' tankers. Iggy, you want in on this? Also, taking dumps is a natural process, pretty sure, so no one was sitting there wondering what the hell's going on here and why does it smell so bad. It's grimy, South County.
Grimy, South County.
Please don't bail on this email, I beg you. That's from the JV golf coach, Doug. I guess he knows it might be problematic.
Well, as long as it's not too long.
I didn't realize what I'd done until about 2:30 yesterday, and by that point it was too late. In my rush to get out the door on time for work, I executed a hasty and insufficient wipe during my morning recreational.
Oh.
Sadly, rather than removing the fudge painted between my cheeks, I merely smeared it around like some sort of Jackson Pollock artwork.
Okay.
Once my crack took to sweating in the afternoon heat, it was game over. I'm not proud of my wet brown lines stamped in my once white jeans, but this is my burden. The creamy leftover mud began to mix with the excess taint soup, and bam, classic swamp acid arrived. And I was nowhere near a restroom for a courtesy wipe. What started as a cute little thin dark line quickly turned into a hefty beige seepage stain like Lake Michigan, and just as wet.
Bail on it.
It's the JV golf coach.
JV golf coach, you've been bailed on. And you've been suspended for the 3rd time this week. The JV golf coach has been suspended a period of 2 days' time, and his name, as we speak, is going to the IllinoisRecoveryCenter.com suspension logule. No, it's not a good feeling.
Mike Schilt continues to hash out his philosophical differences with his former employers. The Padres came from behind to defeat the Cardinals 7-5 in front of another record-low crowd as the Cardinals drift further into irrelevance. If there was ever a time to question whether ownership will demand accountability from John Mozeliak or his army of stat geeks, some who tell Ali Marmol how to manage the team, some who just get paid to sit in the corner and not spill the beans on what an S show this organization has become, this would be the time. Nope, Mo is not only going to finish out his contract, but he's going to manage the succession plan. And we get this not from the owners, but from the chat session of condescending ball rider who doesn't understand pitching. Never mind that, let's talk about something else, like the time I got Tom Schmidt to bring free food into that dumpster fire of a radio station that I was actually executive producer of to promote his now shuttered restaurant that he had before Salt and Smoke. Oh, do you want to hear about the time I sang with Big Fun? No? Well, I'm going to tell you anyway. I sang with Big Fun. They were big back in the late 80s, before Kurt Cobain, Tupac, and Biggie revolutionized music when they rode in a car together. Okay, gotta go now. I'm trying to see if there's any old golfers on the Champions Tour too cheap to hire a real caddy who want to pay me to sit around in the cart and not really do anything, and then dive back into my research on who took the first poop. That's a pretty dumb question, since it would have to have been a newborn baby who wasn't really aware of what was happening. A better question would be who had the first anal sex.
Oh.
So Buck Swope, Doug.
Gosh,
He's your leader, too.
Buck Swope. Nice little email. Okay, is that it?
Yeah, that's what we got.
Oh. Well, it was particularly vile
Slim
today.
Pickens.
I'm going to go with the leadoff hitter, Brian Henson, right there at the beginning. Brian Henson.
I forgot what term he used. Was it boy pudding?
Boy pudding.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Kevin Miller.
Do you mean Ben Gerglein?
Yeah.
Whew, man, I am put to the test. Okay, it's not Grimy, it's not JV golf coach, and then you got 3 to choose from: Henson, Ben Gerglin, and Buck Swope. Man, it's not easy, is it, Doug?
No, it wasn't easy for me, that's for sure.
I'm gonna go Buck Swope. Buck Swope. I mean, I have
Congratulations.
Well, now that was one vote for...
Oh, I played that too early.
Because you're going to vote for Buck Swope too now.
No. I'm voting for Brian Henson.
Brian Henson!
Okay, then.
Who voted for Brian Henson? You did, Doug?
Yes.
There it is, Brian Henson.
I went early.
Brian Henson has won. And that is his first win this month. Wow. He's put a lot of pucks on net.
Yeah, he does.
A lot of names on this.
Shoots right in the middle of the goal. He usually doesn't score at all.
You got to shoot to score, and you finally did.
He did. He got one through.
He's right behind Harlan Garrity.
And Jim Lemon stuck at 1. That's a guy I feel like could win if he just played.
Yeah, he's a threat.
All right, we got to go. Jackson and I are going to go down the hallway. It'll be fine, Doug. It's fine.
I know.
They're just not going to be happy. For Jackson, Bennett, Burkett, Chairman Kurt, Kenneth Iggy Strode, my brother Kevin, Douglas Elvin, Vaughn, and Tim McKernan, this has been TMA, presented to you by Brown and Crouppen.
Man, TMA likes to talk about golf.
The guy had barely put the flag back in, and I hit my wedge.
Incessant golf chatter.
And, of course, the green is protected by bunkers.
Golf, golf,